minute mark, at about 4 minutes and 50 seconds, I'll go one screen to the left. Because this is technically like your bedroom or whatever.
The stream died, but nobody panic. Nobody panic.
Yeah.
Panic. I'm panicking.
Picnic!
Pepe hands. Just a little bit of Caleb Y. We're good, boys. Now they're missing the best part.
Yeah, honestly, this is the best time for the stream to go down.
We should be back now, though.
Welcome back.
You guys just missed it. So much action happened.
Yeah, so
The
many
cat
so
moved
many
like
things.
3 positions.
Yeah, so here we just wait until about 4 minutes and 50 seconds because the wizard Mananan goes on a journey at 5 minutes in time, and if you're just hanging around the house, he'll give you more chores to do, which means more text boxes, which waste time just because the in-game timer does not advance when text box is on screen. So we just wait here in the bedroom where he doesn't show up.
Another important thing is that he went and hid all the items that he has underneath his bed. In later I'm getting ahead of myself. Certain items are flagged for him to catch you and kill you because they're quote-unquote magical items, and this actually plays into the actual story of the game, in that you're a slave to Mananan. Mananan kidnaps children when they're infants and raises them for 18 years, and when at their 18th birthday he kills them because I think what he thinks is that they will try to backstab him.
Yeah, they just always become rebellious after 18 years.
Yeah.
So he kills them.
So the whole point is essentially it's the day before Gwydion's 18th birthday, so he has to try and find a way out of it. And the best way to do that is to just use magic against matter. Also, he wants to know who he is because, you know, that's just a part of growing up.
Alright. Now for the copy protection, or the first part of it anyway.
The first one. Since we're casting magic, we need an incantation and a bunch of crap to mix together and hope that it doesn't burn the fucking house down. So, what we're doing right here is mixing a couple things, adding the essence and or saffron into a thing of rose petal essence, and then typing out all this bullcrap. All this bullcrap right here is actually printed in the manual as copy protection, which is the thing that you'll see throughout all of King's Quest. Fortunately, for some of the games, we can bypass it.
Buy their games.
Yeah, buy their games. They actually do say that right at the end of King's Quest 2 that you should go and buy King's Quest 3. So
yeah,
you know
they have ads for their other games within their games, even the different series.
They weren't shy to do it. I don't think they really advertised these games on television. So they had to do one way or another. So now we're going down to the land of
Ludor.
Ludor came to me. Where Gwydion's finally going to be able to talk to somebody that isn't a Mananan or his freaking cat or the chicken. So the first thing we're going to do is go down here and
hope for good luck.
Hope for good luck.
Not today.
Right here. I'll explain that once we actually get to that segment as well. But this is one section or one place where you can get it. First thing we're gonna do is go zip around this place like the Flash and get a thing of cactus, and go over here and rob some robbers. And get robbed.
Yeah, I'm taking too long.
Saved it. But the thing is, they're gonna keep showing up. They're always gonna. Yeah. Oh! We got an action. We got. Oh! You're gonna want to go left.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. The RNG's kind of set to this. I don't think you can really scum it with saving. I mean, right there, I guess not. But essentially, those robbers right there, we're gonna go up here and rob them.
First instance of RNG.
Robbers. Well, technically.
RNG in this game? No way, dude.
No way.
No way. Yeah, there's a percentage chance that the robber right here will be up and moving. You have to wait for him to be sleeping on his chair. And then we rob him. Yep. And what happened?
Never seen that.
Did you
Okay.
actually find something where you can do
I
that?
don't know why that happened. Normally you zip out the door and it's just fine, but for whatever reason, I died.
Mm.
Marathon
So
luck.
So unlike
That's
the other two
literally
games, which
never happened before.
never happened. That's never happened. So just like the first two games, or unlike them, whichever way you want to look at it, that dang dog, man, he's old.
Most important part of the speed run. Oop.
Grab the hole.
Nah, you gotta pet Kenny.
Oh.
Okay. He spelled his name wrong. No,
Like you said that, and on the stream I saw grab hole. And I was like,
grabbing the hole.
doubt.
So yeah, we're just going around and collecting the rest of the items that we need for to make more spells. And now this is it.
we wait.
Okay.
Boys.
Did you get it? Oh. We might have a world record on our hands, friends.
Nah, I'm playing like crap. There's no way. But
You want me to explain it?
yes.
Okay. So what you saw was guard RNG right there. Only better way would have been when he was descending the last tier of the mountains. If the feather dropped right there, that eagle drops that feather, or eagle has massive RNG. You can go between 0 to about 30 minutes to infinity. Essentially, that's as far as we know. That is it. I don't know the actual numbers right now, but it's ridiculous. Do you have them in front of you?
From what I've been told by Bill, it's a 1 in 4 chance, or 1 in 4 chance that the eagle shows up between 2 and 14 seconds on screen, and then it's a 1 in 2 chance if the eagle shows up to actually drop the feather. If the eagle drops the feather, there's 3 locations.
1 in 3 chance.
Yeah. So that was pretty darn lucky.
And a 5 in 7 chance he appears quickly enough for us to pick up the feather without stopping for it. It's ridiculous. The worst part of it is just simply that 14 seconds you have to freaking wait, because you feel like you could just keep cycling the room, but time is always set to one of those intervals every time. It's crap. So the run's blessed. And now we go to Gwydion teaches typing, which is a lot of copy protection. If you can hear Lumo's keyboard, enjoy the asthma. So I've already explained the story. I don't even know what else to say right here.
Just admire this big ball. Oh, it's gone. Oh, dude, you're a bird. You became a bird.
Yeah, it becomes a bird and zips on up. Oh, you didn't get screwed by the first bird transformation, did you?
Yeah, right. Somehow, I was about to reset too.
Yeah, there's a percentage chance that thing could just hang. We used to kind of tiptoe around that by trying to switch the speeds, but it's faster to just do it like that and zip back over to the Oracle Cave. So actually, I should explain the Oracle Cave now that I think about it. You go to the Oracle Cave, the Oracle reveals that you're actually Prince Alexander, son to King Graham and Queen Valenice, who are, of course,
That's why it's a King's Quest game.
That's why it's a King's Quest game. What it fits into the canon is not retcon like King's Quest Mask of Eternity.
So there are kings in King's Quest?
Yeah, there's
sir.
Kings in King's Quest.
That.
Never would have thought. Thought it was about monkeys. Rolling around.
Monkeys are another time.
Yep, they're another. So you reveal to be King Prince Alexander, which motivates you even more to try to escape Bananon's, servitude. And that is what we are going to do. I should say the way that we escape him, which you're going to be seeing once we get done with the copy protection. In the normal game, you're actually supposed to wait for Mananon to return. And the first spell that Lumo casted right here was a transformation spell where he essentially where he made a cookie, and anyone who eats the cookie gets turned into a cat. And that's essentially your way of killing Manana and being able to freely leave Ludor to go to Daventry.
And that's actually kind of important because it comes in later.
Mm-hmm. Now since I said that technically we don't do that to actually get away from Manana. We literally just run away from him and exploit this one spot on this next thing that we're gonna go to. The only reason why we cast that spell is to trigger
To empty the jar.
escape. Well, actually, is it the jar?
I think so. Yeah, because that's what you use like half the lard or something like that.
I'll just spoil it. I'm pretty sure it's just to trigger the pirates to show up. Otherwise, they don't. I think. Unless Bill already said that. I don't know.
Hi, Bill.
Is Bill here? Nah. Darn it. Shorty's here. What's up, Shorty?
I spent a few days trying to memorize all of these spells before I went on vacation a week ago and have forgotten everything since.
That is the way it works, man. The joy of getting older. Oh, I was gonna say, did you use those flashcards to do that?
I didn't. Yeah. Oh boy.
I know you did that for the copy protection.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you didn't spend any money on that. So we're gonna stage our escape in a minute, unless he screws up typing.
Yeah, me think about it for a second.
Another place far thither. Only time you're ever gonna use the word thither in your
You
life.
made me second guess myself.
Thither.
Bad RNG. You can
Bad
teleport
RNG.
right next to the tavern.
How many you gotta go
Say
to the
man.
tavern to go talk to some mean pirates and say man and give them some money. They like when you say man to them.
12:47.
Alright. So right here is where the timer starts for this boat to go to land to find Daventry, which is where they're going to end up at. Right here you have, what is it, 20 seconds? 24
Something like that.
seconds?
It's not long.
You have about 20 seconds before Manannan shows up, and he will literally show up and kill you just immediately. And the reason why he does that is not because you leave, cue Ocean Man. Yeah.
Ocean Man, hell yeah.
It's because you took his wand, literally. He doesn't even care that you left. He said, your wand's missing, I'm gonna kill you. But yeah. So now we wait here for 13 minutes. Actually, it's 13 minutes from when you, got boarded the boat?
Yeah, so 12:47 plus 14:01 math 26 48.
Oh man, we're not going anywhere, so we'll see when it pops up. I guess it's more so for the audience, isn't it? So they can go up and see the excitement. What
Do you
are we
guys like
gonna do on
frogs?
this time? I don't know about you, I like frogs. What we got as far as frogs?
There you go, Ocean Man is playing.
Ocean Man! popping.
Yeah, MSU hack does that.
Yeah, that MSU one ship does wonders, doesn't it?
So how long do you have to wait here?
It's 14 minutes and 1 second from the time that you get on the boat. So the time that I have written down at the bottom is when it'll say land ho, and then the next section of RNG starts where you rub your rock. You have two different destinations.
Rob your rock?
Yeah, you rub the rock.
Rubber
The
rocks.
first one is to get to the island, and then once you're there, you start rubbing your rock again in order to get past the Yeti.
Oh, gotcha.
Technically,
Well, 14 minutes means 7 ocean minutes, so...
oh, sweet.
Let's see.
This is when we need to have our king, please.
Oh, don't worry, that's here too.
I'm seeing it. There she is.
Let's see. Let's fire something up.
I guess I could explain the what is it? Sequential. Sequenced. Segmented. I don't even remember what it's called. Simultaneous and sequential categories. We have two different categories for this, where we take advantage of this 14-minute wait, where essentially you have two other games or three other games, or one other game playing, where you can do more if you're crazy. And yeah, it's interesting. It's a nice juggling act. I actually like doing it personally. Limo doesn't because he's a scrub.
I can't handle it. I'm not good enough. That's all there is to it.
You could do it. I believe in you. You just need more monitors. More of them. I have like a day trader set up, but they have like 15 monitors in front of them. No, now we're rolling deep. I mean, you're doing it right now.
All Winkies is gonna be later this week, Frank.
No.
It's gonna bring me no greater sadness that this VOD's gonna get muted because of Ocean Man.
No. I'm sorry. I should have asked
Ask what?
if you were okay with me playing it.
I am playing it right now.
Oh.
Alright, we're on the third loop right now.
Honorary frog block.
Like, there's just no way around it. But it's worth.
I need an A.
Oh, dude, the run back.
This wall right here is the hardest in the entire thing, I swear.
This whole thing seems like the hardest thing, so.
Fair. That's no good. Okay. We're out of it. For some peps.
F in the chat.
I fell somewhere you're not supposed to fall.
Fourth loop. What did you walk back into? This is pretty much an unskippable cutscene. You'll have to wait about 14 minutes, so you're just winking at it. In the meantime.
Man, I missed the best part of it.
Feel free to polish your knobs.
Yeah, I like the part where the bird flies across the left side.
It never gets old.
Nope, never. Oh shit, it just happened again. I feel fulfilled.
It happens constantly.
Mm-hmm. Are you cheating?
Yeah. You should not have Winky here.
Is that a game genie cheat?
Nah,
It's
so
an
there's
exploit.
a glitch called split up glitch where you get to control both your Kongs at the same time, and you can
Oh,
use
wow.
that to take animal buddies out of the levels that they're supposed to be in, but only into other levels that have animal buddies in them. So
Oh,
since On Guard's in this level, you can bring Winky in here.
Interesting. Does it replace on guard?
No, he's still there.
So you could board on guard?
You could get to the end guard box and open the end guard box, yeah.
Yeah,
And it would just
At
open.
that point, you will have to choose between Winky and.
yeah.
Ah, you
And-
can't mount them both.
Yeah, since there's no water in
You
this
think
game,
your
it's
dick is
just-
big enough for that?
Oh hell yeah.
Since there's no water in this game, then it's just a flag that gets set whether or not you're swimming. If I got on guard, it would then think that I'm swimming, and then I believe you can't get back on Winky after that.
Poor Winky's just left there all alone.
It's okay, he's a frog, he swims.
Such disrespect for our god. Disrespect for our lord.
Our Lord and Savior Winkabit. How much time do I have left? 2 minutes.
I'll explain something about King's Quest 3. There's actually 2 remakes of it. One's almost a semi-direct remake of the game with some quality of life improvements, like being able to skip portions of this crap. The other one is, that one's done by Infamous Adventures. It's pretty crap. Feels like it was not even finished. There's a second one by AGD Interactive, which is a light reimagining. So a lot of stuff has changed, but for the most part, That one's very good, and I can say that the speedrun of it is incredible. And you just lost me. How dare you?
How dare you?
Forgive me my sins.
If you enjoy this, enjoy.
Forgive me, Father, for I have... Alright, I think I'm on the 6th loop right now, so...
I've got a little over a minute left. Yeah.
Awesome. Just tell me when gameplay is back and Ocean Men will get bopped.
Alright. Sorry, Winky, I got you stuck. I couldn't make it.
Yep. Poor Winky. All that good RNG you just got, it's gonna go away.
I know, right? Who's ready to get dizzy?
So anytime in the next 45 years, we may start be able to play this game again. I don't. That's a rough estimate, though. It may.
Alright, so here's my land ho.
There we
we
go,
got
land ho.
mega lucky.
Oh damn! Oh, and you're walking in place. Look at that. It's got restless leg syndrome.
Boy, these caves are dark. Gameplay is back, by the way, Void. Yep. Nice.
I haven't seen that glitch in a long time. He thinks he's in a freaking Dragon Quest or something. He just keeps walking in place. Trying to keep his heart rate up.
It keeps going, too. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I've gotten this. I think I got this on like my first run. So anyways, we're on Daventry right now. I don't even know if it specifically says that until you get over there, or someone says it to you. Anyways,
Yeah, I don't
so
think
we're just.
you know yet.
I should probably mention that Daventry, it's in the 18 years that we've actually been away from it, as far as us, the player. It's been taken over by a three-headed dragon that sits atop the Jack and the Beanstalk cliff area, whatever we call that. And essentially it's been taking the life of a young maiden every year to keep it appeased. And since this is the 18th year,
I didn't press enter fast enough.
and I think the dragon demanded, I don't even know if I can speak, I'm not sure about that, but it wants your twin sister Rosella. So she's sitting up here tied to a stake that's going to be eaten by the dragon. Or sacrificed or something like that. Try your dinger.
Yeah, I know, right? There are just some words in this that are so difficult for me to type because they're like awkward. Like finger and ointment are two that are like the top of the list that I have trouble typing.
So now we just had really awesome transparency effects right there, which made us invisible, and then we casted an awesome spell that killed the three-headed dragon. Then we save our jiggly sister, who's got one big long eyeball too. So we're pretty much just done at this point.
All right, so you get your sister back to the castle, and then you're back home.
And that's that. That's the end of the game.
Reminder to change captures. All right.
So we rolling?
We rolling.
We rolling. Okay, so now this is King's Quest IV: The Perils of Rosella. You may notice it looks a heck of a lot better than King's Quest III, but only so much. Now there's dithering effects, amongst other things. This runs on the SCI Zero engine, which has a point-and-click interface as well as a text parser that pauses the game rather than just being like active when you're just moving. As far as story goes, this happens almost immediately after King's Quest III. At the end of King's Quest III, as both of his children approach him at, as Rosella and Alexander approach the throne to greet their father, he says, "I have been adventuring for so long. Time for me to hang up the hat, and as customary or whatever, I'm gonna throw it out to whichever one of you to be able to carry on my legacy." Essentially, and he takes the hat, flings it in the air. Right as that happens, they both back up to grab, and he immediately has a heart attack. Then what happens there is that Rosella and Alexander Valles are at his bedside. He's essentially moments away from death. Rosella wants out, starts crying, and then the magic mirror lights up to a fairy named Genesta. He says, "My land is in peril. There's a magic fruit here that could save your father, but my land's in peril. Forget your father. My land's in peril. Come help me. Quickly. Essentially, she cons Rosella to come over here and save her. So right now we have to go through getting a bunch of items to give to the evil fairy named Lolo so that we can get Genesta's talisman back to her. That's the rough summation of it.
Yeah, so we end up getting blackmailed to come into this island, basically.
We're also disguised as a peasant girl despite being of royalty.
So as not to attract attention, of course.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
There's a funny instance later where you actually get mocked for being a peasant by some other guy in royalty in the 100% category. Not gonna spoil it yet because it comes up pretty soon. But I hope you guys like weights because there are more of them.
Yeah, they're not nearly as bad as King's Quest 3. Like, they're only minutes at a time. Like, this right here, it's technically a wait for us in the speed run because, we've seen this scene millions of times before, but for the audience that hasn't seen it, this is new and something to watch. But yeah, there's a few of them.
The dwarves are hungry. They gotta get their food. Oh, this is actually a really good time to mention all of the like fairy tales and whatnot that are interspersed within all of the King's Quest universe. There's not a whole lot that's original, to be honest. There's a lot of things that are taken from other literature and media, like these dwarves here. Obviously, they're pretty akin to 7 other dwarves you may have seen before that go mine in a mine and hang out with a girl. So that's where that comes from. There's a unicorn, there's a whale that you get swallowed by, there's also a lot of places where it takes music from, other places. Like there's the Jaws music whenever you see sharks and stuff in King's Quest. What number is that even?
Isn't it this
3? One? 3 and this one? Because there's sharks in 3.
Oh, yeah. I guess there are. I never see them. Usually you just drown when you go out in the water.
Yeah. But yeah, this one and 3, and then there's trolls in caves, and there's Dracula, obviously, from his castle, and it plays...
Red Riding Hood and... Red Riding Hood in King's Quest 2, you may have seen him run across her a couple times in the house that he zipped past, his grandma's house, which has a big bad wolf in it on an RNG chance.
Yeah, you never actually see her in the any percent, but there's also a funny alternate text you can use to refer to grandma.
We may show that at the end if we have time.
Yeah.
This Sierra was known for a lot of games, and one of them was also known as Soft Porn Adventure, so take that as you will. And Leisure Suit Larry, which inspired Leisure Suit Larry, of course. And the man who created it. So anyways, we just cleaned the dwarves' house. They were happy, gave us food, and made us sit there for about 3 minutes. Now we just go back and give them the pouch of diamonds that they left there, and they say, "Oh, you can keep it and take this lantern." So now we're just going around getting stuff. There's a ball under this bridge. There's a frog up here, which Lumo mentioned. Oh, you scared him. Poor guy.
So this is the frog. You can either just take the crown from it, or you can pick it up and kiss it. If you pick it up and kiss it, it turns into a prince. But we like frogs.
Frogs are friends, not food.
If you like frogs, post the him ribbit in the chat, please.
And if you liked RNG before, there's plenty more in this one. Whether or not Pan shows up here is RNG, whether or not the Minstrel shows up in the previous screen's RNG, the Worm that I got earlier, Cupid showing up was RNG, whether or not a shark comes out of nowhere in the water kills you is RNG, there's a whale that's RNG, you have the fish here, that's RNG. Every time you don't get the fish is a 10-second time loss, and it's, as far as we know, just completely random.
It's crazy. There's just so much. Another thing, with the sprites being the size that they are, especially Rosella, she gets stuck on a lot of stuff. She is not very. She's not very.
Not
mobile.
agile.
Agile. Whatever you would want to call it. She's a big girl. Put it simply. Quite literally.
Yeah, we got lucky.
So I should mention, I don't think we mentioned it, but wait, did I? I think I already did. We're essentially trying to get 3 different items for Lolo. She wants the unicorn. I don't know if we saw it already. She wants a hen that lays golden eggs, and she wants Pandora's box, which is literally Pandora's box from Legend. And much like King's Quest 2, each item unlocks as you progress throughout the game.
We got really lucky. The feather was not in a very good
Yeah,
position. There are 6 positions the feather can be in. It was in the 5th, so that's not very good, but no sharks, and first try whale is pretty dope.
Here's the one section of the game that everyone hated so much, but actually it's quite easy if you just know what to do. Climbing this thing, you can literally climb from every angle and you'll fall down. But if you do it just how Lumo did it right there, it's 100% every time.
You just need to go across the diagonal.
In fact, there's a funny scene in Leisure Suit Larry 3 at the end of it where it shows them actually filming that scene. It's very meta. And it just shows Rosella continuously getting more and more and more mad.
Alright, unicorn in the worst of the 3 spots.
Yep. Now we gotta get the unicorn. You shoot it with Cupid's arrow. We put a bridle on its face so that we can ride it, and then we bring it to Lolo. She says a bunch of stuff, and then we have to go get 2 things. One, we have to get that magic fruit, but who cares about that? Then we have to go get the magic hen.
You don't actually have to get the fruit, right? You can just wait for time to pass. Is that right?
Yeah, the fruit
forever.
the fruit is just one of the 2 triggers that allows night to come later on, which is important when we're trying to get Pandora's box. It's wholly 100% optional, which is why I kind of said like she really does not emphasize the fruit when she's talking to you. She essentially guilt trips you into trying to come here to save her. Oh, you didn't do it.
Yeah, I know.
There's a way to skip that troll if you hit escape at the right time on the next screen. But
Yeah. So more RNG, whether or not the trolls show up is RNG.
yeah, there's about like 4 or 5 screens on there that you can do.
Yeah. I think it's
a pain in the
3 screens each way.
Yeah, he's a pain in the ass. So we hop across all those, and we toot our flute. Unfortunately, you can't say toot flute.
Yeah, toot just uses the whistle, so you actually have to play pipe here.
Yeah, you can't quite toot out this Snake Tremor song. Yeah, you have to get the snake and get the fruit. You know, that wasn't derived from anything or not. Fully original.
So
board and him.
we mentioned that the fruit is optional because it technically is, but it significantly makes the game go faster just because there would be an absurdly long wait time for it to turn to night in order for the game to advance.
We're talking literal hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a clock inside of the mansion that we went into in the beginning. Wait, what? He was literally circling. I bet he wouldn't even got you. I never tried playing with the AI in.
All right, we out of there. That's decent luck to be completely honest. That was all right with the trolls.
It was alright. It was good for marathon.
And then whether or not the ogre shows up on the screen is RNG.
So the head is being held by these ogres. First time you go on there, you see his wife carrying a dead deer carcass in there. Second time is a possibility that the actual ogre will show up. You open the door, then Elvis the dog right here charges you. His name is actually Elvis. I have a friend who has a bulldog in that. You gotta throw the bone you found in the cave at him, and then you go upstairs, steal an axe, and go in here and wait for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, the ogre comes home.
Yep. So now we sit here and wait.
Chores.
More waits. This is like the last long one though. Actually, I guess the one in the tower is kind of long. The cutscene before as well. I mean, you're holding enter, but I don't know.
It's like a minute, I think, something like that. You also get to see Edgar, which everybody loves Edgar.
Oh, he's a treat.
He's a handsy hunk.
Really, really handsome.
Wish I got rid of that emote. Had to replace it with a blurry mess of that Omega lol.
So something we may not have made much mention of is the text parser and how it works. There are certain words that basically are defined the same to mean the same thing in like the game's dictionary equivalently. So like I said play pipe instead of play flute because flute and pipe work as the same word, so obviously you want to use less characters when you can. There are times where you can actually cut out words, like instead of play the flute you can just say, you know, play flute or whatever. And there are there's also noun stacking. We don't make use of it much, especially not in the any percent categories, but if you say like look picture, then you'll look at the picture, and if you say look picture wall, it'll look at the wall instead because that's the most recent or the last noun in the command. So I used that one earlier, and like you can use get frog, and you can say get frog crown, and so instead of getting the frog and then getting the frog and the crown again, it'll get the frog and then it'll get the crown from the frog.
I like that one in particular, get frog.
My favorite. One of the best parts of the game. In Hundo, you get to kiss it.
Kiss the frog?
Yeah.
Just like in the stories?
Exactly. You kiss the frog, he turns into a prince, and then he insults you because you're a peasant girl.
Damn. Find the witch again.
Exactly.
Yo, what's up, Cradius?
Don't worry, who else is on mic? Just some nobody important.
So, like, the world record holder of this game, is he like a typist god?
No.
He's not. It's kind of a free world record right now. He's pretty good at it. I had it for a pretty good while until he came back and took it, but he's pretty good.
That's the other thing, is there are multiple versions of this game. That'd be interesting to explain. SCI and AGI. Woo.
Currently, we do not have anybody who is a quote-unquote typist god. Oh, rip.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, we don't have anyone as a typist god right now at this point. If someone does come around like that, then we're all fucked.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, I'm the record holder of the collection in like the sequential version of the collection where you just play them all in order. Without...
Okay, so you have the record in like this specific category, right?
This exact thing that I'm doing right now, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about
Just
the
because I
collection?
got mega lucky, honestly.
Yeah.
Because
I guess Chuck, when you were saying that you had formerly the record, it was like this specific King's Quest that
Yeah, it
finished
was
20,
for
right?
King's Quest 4. Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha.
The,
But you probably
the other
have
thing.
like good times in all the King's Quests, right?
Oh yeah, all over the place. Spent too much time playing these dang games. Um, get into that. There's two versions of this game. There's a one made with the previous engine's game, or the previous game's engine, which is the AGI engine. That version is interesting. Lumo is actually really the only person that runs it. I've been trying to get in.
nobody
Right.
else wants to spend the time. Because there's I don't know, like 7 or so minute wait. I forget how long it is.
That's because nobody's brave. None of them run King's Quest 3. That's why.
Yeah, three
It's
is just a tiresome game. A lot of the earlier games are hard for their own reason.
I'm
like-
gonna do world record attempts on that. It's just
Yeah, like 2's got some pretty ridiculous RNG where it just like kills the run. 3
almost immediately.
Yeah, 3 obviously has all the terrible RNG that we were mentioning, all the typing, and all the waiting. So that's just.
One I would consider to be the one AGI game that is mostly based upon execution than anything else, unless 4AGI has a lot more as RNG.
4AGI might be. I mean, I never actually ran it very well using all the zip codes, just because nobody else played.
I'll get you back into it, buddy. Actually, because of the existence of 4AGI, we do have a 1 to 4 AGI King's Quest Collection category, just to give that game some inclusion.
Yeah, just because those are the only games that run on the AGI engine.
Yeah, there's actually a story behind the 4AGI or the AGI 4 version, whatever. I'm confusing myself. I think too many people were complaining that this game wouldn't run on their computers to believe that. So Roberta, I think, like pressured a team. I don't know if it was like a B team or something like that to make that version of the game, but she essentially slave labored them into doing that. As a result, there's actually a funny Easter egg in that version of the game.
Given time, we can show you guys.
Yeah.
Tree. Oh my god.
Climb the tree.
Reverting back to
1.
yeah.
I do that a lot with these games.
Another thing is it's kind of inconsistent when you need to like specify like a object for an action. Like sometimes you could just say climb, sometimes you have to say climb rope, sometimes you have to say climb ladder, and you can use your whatever the most recent noun you used, and you can just replace it with it. So that's useful in a lot of places.
Yeah, you can replace it with pronouns. You can literally say he, she, it, any pronoun works.
I don't know if you can make use of he and she in 4. I can't think of any times when you do.
Well, I mean, you can replace it as that. You can say pick up, and it will pick it up.
Yeah, like you can say give trident man and give necklace her and stuff in 2. I just don't know that we can use any of the pronouns in this one. Because like you could say like shoot her instead of shoot fairy.
It's a bit more prevalent in something like the SCI remake of King's Quest 1.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you pick up in that, so because that's all the game is. I was gonna say something. I just lost my train of thought.
My bad.
That's no problem. It wasn't that prevalent.
So one of the reasons that this version is a gazillion times easier than the AGI version is because of the mouse. Climbing those stairs is a nightmare in AGI.
Mm-hmm. Arguably harder than climbing the stairs, or more dangerous than climbing the stairs than Castlevania.
Debatable.
My humble opinion. Huh? Anyways, we got the box. By the way, open that box. I heard there's cool stuff in there.
Oh, there's cool stuff in the box?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, you could give it no.
Oh no, we died because we opened up Pandora's box and all the evils are set out in the world. There's a
I know.
better
Like world record.
cutscene.
Got him, dude.
There's a better cutscene in the AGI version where it actually like cuts to a separate screen and shows you like kneeling and opening up the box and all these spirits come out and kill you.
But that's in the AGI version?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'll have to see that.
Yeah, and then it just says thanks for playing. That's like the insult to injury in all these games is whenever you die, they're just like, yeah, thanks for buying our game, thanks for playing.
Thanks for playing.
Good luck.
Good luck figuring out the rest of it. Or you can call our hint line.
So yeah, now we've finally done Lalote's 3 chores because 3 is the magic number in all these King's Quest games. We got the unicorn, the hen that lays golden eggs, and the Pandora's box. And so our prize is that now we are destined to be married to Edgar, but we're like, nah, man, he's ugly. I don't want that. So you're just like in distraught up in this tower,
Poor guy.
waiting
man.
for sunrise when you're destined to be married to this man. Oh, wait a minute! He comes and saves you eventually.
Yeah,
Gives you
'cause
a
he's
rose and a key.
So, you gotta shatter that guy's poor ego, man. You gotta think of he's just got his mom to talk to. Poor guy. Alright, cross our fingers for Edgar skip.
Yeah. I'm not feeling too good about that one today. We'll see.
We might get it.
It's in the other version, in the SCI or AGI version. Oh, got the first half.
Oh, that was close.
I know, right? In the AGI version, it's literally a 50% chance, and then I botched it.
Oh, we gotcha.
What the heck?
Yep, more endgame RNG. That's not something that will happen later.
I'm not close enough? Cool. Alright.
One
But yeah, in the AGI version, it's literally a 50% chance whether or not this guard wakes up and sees you as you walk in front of him. So, 50% chance whether or not you get caught. This one seems a little bit different.
I think it's a little more forgiving.
Yeah.
I don't know the percentage though. The jury's still out on that. We just need to bleat louder at these scientists. So what's the one thing that'll kill an evil witch?
Love.
Well, first you gotta go through a convoluted mess that is opening that freaking door. So they just seemingly made that different than every other door.
Yeah, because you have 2 keys by that point. You have the skeleton key and the golden key at that point, so you have to specify which key that you want to use to open the door. Because for whatever reason, a skeleton key doesn't actually open that door, which, you know, the intended use of a skeleton key is to open all doors. But not that one, apparently.
Well, she died of Ligma because she opened up Ligma's box.
I think she did.
What's Ligma? It's
Ligma
weird
box!
though that it's weird though that the skeleton key, which supposedly opens all doors, does not open that door specifically.
Exactly.
Look, she thought ahead.
Makes no sense. Come on, man.
Oh, come on!
It's magic, man. Magic.
Alright, last instance of RNG coming up here towards the very end of the run.
The goddamn sharks.
Hey, cool, we got lucky.
They can follow you from screen to screen too, so
Yeah.
if you see one, you're screwed.
So it's really fun when you save and then go off screen and then one follows you and you just basically get caught forever.
That's never happened to anyone.
Definitely didn't happen to me.
That didn't happen to me on world record pace.
Alright.
And that's it. She has her talisman, and then that was all she asked us to do.
Alright, Void.
Wrong warp.
gonna be feeling a bit nostalgic on this one or something like that.
Am I?
You're gonna feel in your element here. With
Oh, should I cue Ocean Man again?
no. Because we run King's Quest V in French because that's the fastest version
Oh
that we
yeah,
have
that's
access
right. I
to.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Francois.
Everything is a
Tabarnak,
baguette.
madame.
Where we play with our Maggie
Baguette magique.
Magic.
Yep.
I don't know how to speak that language. I'm sorry.
There's a. Unfortunately, this version doesn't have voiceovers. The CD version has English, like spoken lines and whatever. But unfortunately, the French version does not, so it just has text on screen. So feel
That
free to
Cornelian
read it
emote,
as
oh
you
my
see
God.
it, Void.
The cord baguette. Yeah, feel free to read anything that catches your eye. Translate it for us because we don't know what it says.
All right, I can do that. I guess I probably should open the stream to have less delay.
Some of them go by pretty quickly, so you won't really be able to read. But there are some that like stay up on screen and you can't skip.
Yeah, right.
We're talking about the lores. There's nobody give a crap.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, we gotta wait here anyway.
So this is a game following an old man as we're walking through the desert. There we go. This is there's some amount of time has passed since King's Quest IV, where King Graham recovered from his heart attack, fortunately, and by eating a magic fruit. And in that time, an evil wizard named Mordak caught wind of the Grahams. Is it the Grahams?
I don't think he ever get a last name because he's King Graham. It's his first name,
Yeah,
right?
What do you know? It's like Mario. The Graham Cracker.
The Graham Cracker.
The royal family. So he catches wind of them being there, and he goes over there and he kidnaps them. Uh-oh. I hope that works.
Yeah, I just went the wrong way. I went one screen too early.
Okay. He catches wind of them there, and he literally shrinks their castle with everyone but Graham inside.
Because he decided to go for a walk.
Yeah, because Graham decided to go for a walk and smell some flowers and stuff. So Graham comes back. His whole castle's gone. He freaks out. And then a owl named Cedric shows up and says, I know where your thing went. My employer said that he could help you, blah, blah, blah. And then you go over and talk to his employer, Crispin. He gives you a worthless wand, and then you're on your way. And the whole thing here is to go through this land of Serenia.
I don't actually know the name of this one.
I think it's Serenia, because it's a callback to the quote-unquote first King's Quest game, which was a game made by Roberta Williams called The Wizard and the Princess. So the whole thing follows us just going through here and trying to get over to Mordak's castle and save our family. That's pretty much it. This runs on the SCI-1 engine, which you can see is a full point-and-click interface. No text parser at all here. Fortunately, it's just commands going across the top, which you can cycle with the right mouse click, or just select from the menu. And inventory boxes and stuff like that. It's really nice.
And then this is what they keep for 6, and what I think was the pinnacle of their UI, just because it simplifies it for like a point-and-click game. You don't have to type or whatever. It makes things a bit easier in my opinion because you only have so many options. You can't brainstorm like all the different things you could do with each different item that you have and all the different things that you find. I think that made the first few games much more difficult. But I don't know, still works.
It's essentially just automating it. By clicking, you're just doing all those different commands that you would normally give them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So right now we need to go from
Frog, him hop.
him hops. Let's say him hops. We're all over the place in here. Ooh.
Yo, we did him hop.
You got lucky too. On the
Oh,
witch
and now
spawn.
that one him hopped a lot.
Him hopalopolis.
Him Hopodopolis. Yeah, if you're not wearing the amulet that I got from, where was it?
Madame Mushka.
Yeah, then she turns you into a frog, and that's why there's all these frogs around here.
The Gypsy. But she's a good Gypsy.
She's a nice lady.
These games teach you a lot of good values. You should keep throughout your life. Like, don't judge people. Always help animals.
Steal
Don't
from
kill
witches.
things if you don't have to. Steal from evil witches because they're bitches.
Yeah, they're gonna turn you into frogs if you do that.
Exactly.
They do. Or they turn you into graham crackers.
So that's
in the
why
first game.
you trick her with a genie bottle, and the genie imprisons her.
'Cause she's
Hey, got
greedy.
him.
Got him. So normally if you're wandering around through this place, there is technically no exit. Instead, what you need to do is pull some little guys that are sitting here in the back. If you see those little eyes right there, you'd probably think that they're evil, but, you know, they're just little guys.
King Lurk, by the way.
Yeah, King Lurk.
So you bait the guy into the honey with some shiny emeralds that you got from the witch's house. And then there's this guy, Rocky.
Alright. We get a translation. Who's toy?
I'm here. Alright. What's poppin', gamers? Suivez-moi, par ici. So basically, follow me.
And then right up here we're gonna get a longer cutscene with a lot more
Down the rabbit
skippable
hole.
text.
There's a lot of cutscenes that you can and both cannot skip,
All right, here you go.
fortunately.
You're up, Void.
Mon cœur, vous l'avez trouvé. So basically, my love, you found it.
Oh my god, you actually...
What is it in this situation? I do not exactly know.
It's
Heart.
gold
I
heart.
was going to say yay shows, so I don't need this thing, this old thing anymore. Look at me, I'm a princess again now.
That's it. Herbert.
Herbert,
Alicia.
Alicia, and they kiss and they live forever, happy. Where were you all this time, my love? Oh, my dear, let's go back home. I will tell you on the way.
And there you have
Got
it.
it.
Rolling out. Alright, good cutscene, y'all.
We did
There's
it.
a few of those, fortunately. But with that, I should probably explain the whole reason why we run this DOS French version other than for the lulz. This is technically faster than the CD version, as well as technically faster than the English floppy version. A big reason why is a large, very long cutscene that we can literally later on in the game, which is not done by any trick, but by an actual skip that's implemented into it.
Yeah, for whatever reason, there are some cutscenes you can skip and some you can't. Like this, you can't skip. The one when I went and talked to the gypsy, there's just a button that straight up says skip the cutscene. And there are a few like that where you can just straight up skip it. And there's one where you talk to an old fisherman that is, I don't know, like a minute and a half or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're just straight up allowed to skip it in this version.
For casual play, I would highly suggest the English CD version because
Oh.
it does have voice acting.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
the first one to have voice acting.
Yeah, this one
Yes.
and 6 have some pretty good voice. 7's got voice acting too. They actually like got some like pretty notable people. I think there's actually like 3 voice actors who either went on to or previously worked in like Disney animated films, like Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame is a voice actor in 6 for multiple roles, and there's I think the guy that played Ham or someone like that is also in 6. Ham the pig. Maybe it's not him. I don't know. But there's definitely
Oh,
some.
Ham the Pig in Toy Story, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, it's been a long time since I watched that.
Same, actually.
At Germro.
Yeah,
It's still
speaking of which, there will be a Toy Story run by our own at Germro on Friday night. Friday night? No, Saturday night. My bad.
Hype. It's my
That guy
favorite
doesn't
anime.
even know his own schedule.
My favorite anime.
Right?
Some of these voice lines you kind of just like get stuck in your head after playing the CD version for so long.
Running
So
this
a lot
speed.
of times, like when I'll be running this version, I'll say, "Here's the last of the
Here's the
pies."
Here's the last of the pie.
Yeah, just because that's one of the ones that you get in this version.
Yeah, they're quite notable. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know why
You know-
it gave me the weird cursor there.
You gotta watch out when you're holding enter, because sometimes you can get kind of screwed up like that, and it's
Yeah.
kind of young.
This is one of the best lines. Rub 'em out.
Totally.
Yeah, what does that
directly
translate
translate
to, Void? TOE-LE.
I actually don't know.
Okay. Yeah, because in the
This is not a word I know. It
yeah in
almost
the
sounds like he's interpelling someone, like calling somebody's name out.
oh okay, because in the like English CD version, they say rub him out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Rub them out.
big
They're
fan.
very cartoony voices in this game.
Yeah, because they only had so many voice actors, so they had to like really try to make their voice sound different. You know,
Unfortunately. Well,
But
they
then-
probably did.
in 6 they ended up getting a lot more people.
They got
Rub him
more
out,
talent.
you said.
Save
They
my
have more
life.
talent. They have more talented people.
Yeah,
Not like the ladder Quest for Glory games. They literally picked people up off the freaking street and said, "Hey, you want to be in a voice act for a game?"
really.
Yeah, just do impressions of comedians for us.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it's great. It's the townies in the town for that place. Hell, you would think that you have these characters, voice actors from Disney movies, and yet they don't put that in the quote-unquote Disney game that's coming up later.
All right, so
I don't need all of it.
nope, no copy protection.
no,
So the
yeah.
copy protection in this game, there are 4 chances, and as far as we know, you can get it every time. But I don't think any of us have got it more than twice.
Nah, I'm not
Um,
quite that unlucky.
Yeah, not yet.
Copy protection is also not present in the CD version, fortunately.
Yeah.
there's
So
a lot
what
of
happens is it
skippable cuts.
shows 4 symbols that just equate to letters in the English alphabet. There's 26 options, and you just have to match them up.
And they purposely make it confusing.
Yeah,
Like
like
a lot of them look the same.
yeah, some of them are basically just the same letter in like bold, but it's like very very different letters in the English language. Like it'll like be like F and V look like identical, except one of them is just like thicker than the other.
So I guess we get to see if all your toiling with flashcards, that crappy website, pays off once we get it.
I don't think I'm gonna remember them, to be completely honest. Here we go, more text void.
I'm here. I'm the Queen Isabella, and I missed the text box.
That's all right.
Since you and your friend here, ... came, invaded my territory in such an inconsiderate fashion without me knowing or permitting, I decided that you two would be executed. Then I missed the very end of it, but yeah, I guess she sends wolves out, and
Yeah.
then you body the wolves.
They kill you unless you use the harp on her.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the
Uh-oh.
solution to a lot of puzzles and whatnot in these games is music. It's a recurring theme. We already used the tambourine once. We used the harp there. We used the harp again. We used the tambourine again. In this game alone, we used the lute, the organ.
You toot your flute in
Yeah.
King's Quest 4, and not in the any percent run of King's Quest 1, but you get a fiddle from a lumberjack, and you can use that to do the proper way of bypassing the leprechauns by playing the flute or the fiddle for them.
Yeah, so music is all throughout these games. Again, teaching really good values to all your kids. Learn music.
So after all, Roberta Williams was a family woman. So we just got out of the second place, which is the mountains over there, and then we're gonna end up on a beach after we got kidnapped by what is a rock, whatever you say, ROC.
Yeah, the rock.
Two-headed bird, gigantic one.
And the eagle who we gave our scraps, our secondhand drumstick to, who is eternally thankful and then saves our life. But not before losing our dope.
Very expensive overcoat.
Yeah.
What do you want to call it?
Alright, so here we're going to get the cut protection. So that is, I don't remember these letters. That one's W, because it's the window.
It's
H.
ROLLIN.
I think that's P. Yeah, cool, we got it.
Q. It's Q. It's Q. Well, fuck if I know.
Yeah, so you have the opportunity to get that the copy protection there when you enter the cave in the enter the tent in the desert, when you enter the witch's house, and then when you climb the rope in the frozen area, and then also when you get on the boat. If you haven't gotten it by the time you get to the boat, you're guaranteed to get it there. But you can also get it any of the times before, and sometimes multiple.
Man, it's a big pain in the butt. But it's worth it.
Cover your eyes! Roberta Williams, the creator and basically the brain behind all these games, actually voices one of these harpies and multiple other characters throughout the game.
These chicks straight up look like they're out of like some 80s rock bands, like advertisement poster, what do you want to call it, like a, oh wow, what the heck happened there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. It's having its own fun. I don't really know what's going on.
You were holding enter, that's why, weren't you?
But then it was cycling through the options. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
No idea.
more music to the rescue. You play the harp, and then they all fight over it instead of fighting over eating you.
Harp for the harpies.
Exactly. And then you gotta pick up your useless boy Cedric because plotline.
God damn it, you have to. Because he's worth something later. He's worth one shot later.
Worth one shot later, exactly.
Shh. They'll see it.
So don't blink. The minute and a half cutscene coming up here in a second.
It's not. Is it a minute and a half or is it?
I don't know. It's a long time because it
I think
goes to like
it's
that
at least 4
close up
minutes.
too after you like talk outside.
Yeah, because he goes to the men talking about it. You go in there, they talk, blah blah blah. You go outside, he calls the mermaid.
Yeah.
Bunch of
He
crap.
calls Pearl over.
Pearl.
Our girl Pearl.
I will say, although the big stipulation for us bringing or using this version of the game rather than the other version is that cutscene skip right there. There are technically cutscene skips in the CD version. There's complete random chance, and none of us have been able to pin them down.
Yeah, you basically just mash and get lucky. It seems to be like a frame by frame thing.
It seems, yeah, it's really glitchy when you get it. Like it seems like something that should have not have even been done. Speaking of glitches, we can get one right here, which is more prevalent in the CD version.
Oh, do I remember this? I think I do. Southwest, northwest, east-west, east-west, northeast-west.
I know as soon as I see this corridor right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone say hi to Dink.
It's dank. Don't try to understand what dink
I
is.
think. Is he like what, a gorilla or something?
No idea. He's just Dink.
We would know it. He's just some magical thing.
Well, I guess he's rolling out.
He's just Dink. He likes his tambourine, and then you get his hairpin to unlock this door. That's all we know.
He's a dink
If
thief.
you get too close, he hugs you to death.
Get some peas. Then we say hi to the cutie.
Alright, so now we're gonna go see Mo. Shoutouts to Mo HLPC.
Yo, shouts to Mo HLPC.
Any Mo HL PCs here?
He's not being too cooperative right now.
No Mo HL PC. Dang it.
Is he
Shall we
hidden or what?
Shall we explain the RNG?
Yeah, I mean... Go for
Okay,
it.
the progression of Mordak's castle is after you get done with the first underground corridor thing of the maze, and then get over to Casima. You essentially enter these first, what is it, 6 rooms or something, including Mordak's bedroom and what have you,
I think
where
there's 4.
it's just nothing but RNG. First thing you need to do is get caught by this blue beast so that you can get put here in the dungeon where you can grab the stinky piece of cheese. It's important, don't worry, it's not trash. Then after you go back out of here once Casima saves us, spoilers, you have to throw the peas that we got at the blue beast to knock him down so that he won't try to catch us again, and then progress to Mordak's bedroom and then into his library, which is south of it. Each one of those screens, a black cat, which is, spoilers, Mananan, will show up there. And if you get the cat in Mordak's room, that's the best RNG. If you got the blue, we call him Mo, right? If you get Mo, if you get Mo in either the giant organ room or the dining room, that's perfect RNG, because there's a wait. We wait for Mordak to show up to his quarters when he goes to sleep. It can go between, if you get perfect RNG, it's 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you don't get perfect RNG, it's about 2 minutes or 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You're basically throwing around 1 minute.
And it just depends on where the blue beast shows up and where the cat shows up.
Yep. And if any of them even show up at all, you can literally walk straight to Mordak's library, and that'd be that. That's terrible. Endgame RNG. It's fun.
Sometimes if you just wait too long, it seems like he's just not going to show up, so you want to cycle him on and off again. We don't have times for time windows when they can. What? There was another one? Hello? I've never seen that.
I have. I've seen this so many different times. It's dumb.
But I already knocked him out? Question mark. I don't know. Anyway.
It's weird.
So we ended up getting good RNG where the cat was in the bedroom, so it's going to be 1 minute and 30-second wait here.
After we learn these symbols that get burned into our minds.
Ah, yes, I see. I can read everything. I understand exactly what this means.
Hey, what is that in French? And I'll be right back real quick.
Yeah, so the whole reason that Mordak, the evil wizard, who owns this castle, the whole reason that he stole the castle of Daventry and all that stuff is because Alexander turned his brother Mananan into a cat in 3. Unfortunately, I guess we didn't do that in the speedrun just because it's a waste of time and we can get by without it. But that is, the canon lore or whatever, that Alexander turned Mananan into a cat, so Mordak is seeking his revenge on the family.
Oh man, I missed the good part.
No, it's still going. Don't you worry. All right, there we go.
Oh, that was
Mordak is
perfect.
here, and he doesn't see that his brother, the cat, is writhing in that bag in the corner, and just decides to take a little nap. And
He's really
puts
tired, man.
his
He's had a long day.
puts his wand over there on the table. What could go wrong, right? Wait. Did I do that wrong? Yeah, I did that wrong. Ah, well, it's fine.
At least it does it right for you.
Basically works the same.
Yeah, fortunately, Mordak isn't quite as hyper aware as his older brother. Which is the whole point of this, is that he wants Alexander to turn Mordak back because he's the only one that can, as he was the one who did. And so he does that by threatening to feed him to McDonough, and then threatening to feed his sister and his mother.
And so, obviously, you know, the main ingredient to get these giant wacky wand machines to work is stinky moldy cheese, naturally.
Of course, I mean, who doesn't know that?
What else?
What else would it be? Amazing if you could test stuff to put in there. What would happen?
So Mordak rolls in, he calls you a swine, and then he summons his wand to him. Unbeknownst to him, we sort of like zap the magic out of it. And he
Here's the
hits
whole
Cedric,
reason why we
but...
saved Cedric.
Oh no, Cedric!
He took one for the team.
Good for one shot.
One-shotted. Rip.
So
Thank
Mordak
God.
turns into this, I don't even know what it is, flying
like a big
mantis thing. So you obviously turn into a tiger because that's its natural, you know, counter, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So then he turns into a dragon, so you turn into a rabbit because obviously, you know, rabbits are better than dragons.
They're fast. Even
Yeah.
though the fourth time they jumps, he straight up gets hit.
So then he throws more insults at you in French. Basically says he's gonna kill you. And now he's a cobra. So if you've ever seen Rikki Tikki Tavi, you know the cobra's, you know, natural foil. And that line there in English is "Say goodbye, swine." And because it's you know, because he's a snake, it like elongates the S's, but it's in French, so then they have to change the words. So then he turns into a ring of fire, and you douse him with a rainstorm, and that's the end of
Johnny Cash.
Mordak.
That stuff happens at the end, and who cares? Let's get on to the next game. By the way, black screen.
Oh, yeah. We good.
It's now for the controversial game.
Yeah, this game is actually under a bit of controversy right now with respect to
What platform we play it on.
Yeah. I'm playing on DOSBox 0.74 right now, just because we have a custom version of Scum that one of our community members made himself. But it's like it runs too fast on my PC, where there's a section later in the game that basically it makes you wait. I can explain it better later, probably.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
The reason, unlike King's Quest V, which you saw moved at a pretty casual pace, you know, he's walking pretty easy the whole time. This game is just crazy. There's absolutely zero throttling, which means that this game is purely tight. You can't change the speed. Well, you can, but when you have it at the fastest speed, you're not set to like a certain frame rate or whatever. It's just going fast as heck. So hence why we're playing this on DOSBox, because if we played it on Scum VM, there's one particular section that it would just be crazy. We employ zips in this again, but they're done a bit differently. For some reason, when Alexander moves on what I have never really actually like 15 degrees, I guess. If he moves on a 15-degree angle, he moves like a single frame movement. So he'll just go from essentially teleport. Just go, bing, there he is. So what we try to do is try to make every movement like that.
And it's interesting because if you like zip on or off a screen, it'll continue that like zip speed with not all but most animations, interactions with objects and stuff like that. So it's really important to have it when transitioning certain screens because you'll take, oftentimes the first thing you do when you come to a screen is take an action, and then you'll have that zip speed for that action.
We call that a quote-unquote zip mode sort of thing, but yeah, it's interesting. Nobody's really gotten any kind of concrete details as to what it is and what causes it, but
Alexander.
sure, take advantage of it. Alright, I'll get into the lore right now. So this is, I don't know how long this has been. This is another one of those instances where there's no defined amount of time between King's Quest V and King's Quest VI, but we're playing as Alexander, a character from King's Quest III, son of King Grant. And at the end of King's Quest V, once Alexander goes back to normal size and everything's restored, and they're there inside of Mordrak's castle, he talks to, he sees Casima, and it's like love at first sight. So he goes up to her and he says, you know, once we're all settled and you're settled and all that, I'll come visit you in your kingdom, the land of the Green Isles.
So that's where we are.
So, and that's where we are. And in the intro to the game, Alexander's just, you know, distraught. He doesn't do, I think that's what it is. He's longing to go see her, but he can't get the motivation to do it. I think
Something like that. I haven't watched the intro in a long time.
It's a sight to behold. Let me put it as really early 3D stuff.
Oh yeah, it's like revelational for its time.
It's something. He's essentially talking to Valenice, and she says that, and then he gets a crew together and goes and sees
Valenice is Graham's wife, by the way, the queen.
his
I
mom
don't
as
even know
well.
if we've even really mentioned her until now.
We might have. I don't remember.
Same.
So anyways, he gets the ship together and goes after Casima and what was Bodum? I forgot to trade.
Yeah, wrong item. I grabbed the tinderbox instead of flute. This is the one that I expected to mess up the most, to be honest. All the
Anyways,
other ones
we're
are so much
shipped
more
around
linear.
here, so we need to figure out what's going on. 'Cause bad stuff's happening.
What the? Okay. Not sure why I didn't zip there, but that's fine.
Oof. We
May
got
I?
the save. Saved it.
Yeah, so even if you don't zip off of one screen onto another, if you just make any zip movement, so long as it's not going to kill you, it'll still set you in that zip state so that you can still use it for all your further actions. Sour please in the chat, by the way.
King Nowhere 21 HDX side or HD side. It's got great taste. This is pretty much like the most popular game out of all of them.
Easily.
I don't want to admit it's the best, but it is good.
We all know which one's your favorite. Chuck's a big fan of 7. It seems like the most divisive one. Either people love it or hate it, in my opinion.
Unlike Mask of Eternity, where everybody hates it.
Mask of Eternity is technically the 8th game, but we try not to acknowledge it.
I just can't resist the chance to take a jab at it because it's absolute trash.
Yeah, it's kind of controversial because of the state of the studio as the game is being made. There's sort of a division of houses and whatnot. Roberta, as we mentioned earlier, is sort of the queen of King's Quest. It's like her baby, basically. She's the
pond.
Kind of a PC development, to be honest.
Yeah. Moonwalk.
Moonwalk.
Yeah, you get to do some weird things with the zip state in this game, that being one of them.
It's wacky, wacky. All these games are. One thing I was going to mention, I think a couple games ago, but it kind of came to mind right now. A lot of stuff changes from game to game. Like, I'll say an example right here is in King's Quest V, you can hit tab to open your menu, open your inventory, but you can't hit an escape to close the inventory menu. This game, you can't press tab to open your inventory, but you can press escape to close it. And literally, well, that's SCI 1 and SCI 1.1, but there's really not much difference between those two engines.
Huge blocks of stone.
And so now we come to the copy protection of this game. There's 6? I think 6 puzzles, right?
Alexander stares with wonder.
5 or 6?
5.
Okay, 5 puzzles going up this wall, to which you could maybe figure out the answers to a couple of them, but some of the other puzzles, like this one coming up right here, it's just a whole bunch of symbols. You have to click them in a certain order. There's really no logical way, no feasible way. Speaking of, I don't remember which ones they are. This.
That way. Wait till it's on the screen.
Nothing happened. Alexander.
Arrow dot.
Wait, what?
Arrow dot.
No.
Nothing happens.
Square, and then bow.
Oh, yeah. I was doing the second one.
Yeah, you were. Well, at least you're set for that one.
Nothing happened.
I'm.
Alexander.
Hello? Isn't?
Arrow dot.
Yeah.
Square with a line in it with the bow on the right.
Nothing. Alexander.
That's how I can
three-
describe
Yeah.
it.
We got it. This, that. Nope, that's not it.
Alexander. Nothing happens.
It's been so.
It's the 2 squares with a line through is the third one. You're getting the first 2 right, and then the square to the left of what looks like a beaker.
Nothing happens.
It's okay. It's this one. It's this one. Yeah.
Yes, the first 2, and then go to the left, and then down 2. Underneath what looks like a foot to the left of what it looks like a beaker, and then 3 lines. Yeah, that one.
I swear I did that. Professional, by the way.
Well, here's the thing about the game is that it knows, and you can only lie to yourself.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, this is clips of, well, wait a minute, because if you don't hold enter as you try to go up to the next step, this happens.
Yep, you start stumbling.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And Alexander
Whoa,
says,
whoa.
whoa, wait a minute, a bazillion times.
Whoa! Whoa!
And
Wait a minute.
if you, like, click off of one of the steps, you'll fall and die. And it's kind of funny, if you're, like, on the first screen still, you don't fall far enough, and Alexander just kind of falls on his butt, and he's, like, yells at you.
Clips.
Whoa!
Alexander.
Whoa! Whoa!
Nothing happens.
What? Okay,
Clip. Alexander.
I'm really good at this.
The stone.
There we go.
Think
I did it backwards.
There's actually a note in the witch's hut in the first game. It says something, you have to think backwards. So why didn't you get that note? You would have known that.
You know? I'm just not... I just don't roll deep enough.
Not rolling deep. Anyways, this whole thing right here is the biggest stipulation we have to the quote-unquote controversy right now. MU gate.
Nothing happened.
Because at too fast of a PC, you'll literally just, well, wait a minute
Nothing.
constantly.
Alexander.
Hold on.
Dots.
Yeah,
Nothing. Alexander.
hold on. We got this.
Got
That.
this
Still-
too.
Yeah, okay. We figured it out. Don't worry, team.
Yep. Yeah, this place is a big pain in the ass. If we could find a skip for it, it would be amazing.
So yeah, the difference on certain people's PCs, we're not sure what it is. We think it's just that it's running too fast. Yeah, you just well, wait a minute, like infinitely. in some places you actually have to end up timing it. You can't just hold down the enter button, so you end up losing a lot of time. But all the other movement throughout... Oh, okay, that's cool. All the other movement throughout the rest of the game is significantly faster. Hello? Alright, this is cool. Oh my god.
Calm yourself.
I know, right? Not sure why I fell the first time, to be completely honest. But
Hey, streamer, we see that cool place when you die
that
in this
is
run.
my favorite scene in all of King's Quest.
So how come we aren't running that category, huh?
As soon as we figure out the EC's .74 scum debacle. I said I would.
Hot damn.
Another place where music is the solution.
Indeed. The 100% category for this is a heck of a lot better than the 90% category. Unfortunately, there are genuine differences between them aside from just having to get more crap.
Yeah. Whereas the 100% version of King's Quest V is also the any percent version because it's...
There's literally no difference. You get
Yeah.
all the points. Whoa, what was that?
Misclick.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, for real? Well, wait a minute.
Whoa. Whoa.
Alex-
Using save states. Ha
Alexander.
ha.
I think we've not mentioned yet the genie.
Alexander.
There's a genie?
You know what?
Alexander Crow.
There is. You know, Winnie.
You know, Winnie.
I'll come up later. Yeah, there's a genie that's been following us around. He works for the, I haven't even...
The evil vizier.
Al-Hazred. Al-Hazred something or another. Some Middle Eastern name. Even though he sounds American.
Well, that's the only voice actor they can get.
Is that a zip up there that you do?
Normally, yeah, but I missed it.
Aw. I don't even think Shorty knows about that one. Look at that data phase. Pyramid.
Look at him go.
Look at him.
Uninterrupted.
Oh, that's not cool. Anyways, the whole reason why Alexander's here and why he hasn't just gotten the lady right off the bat is that there's some bad stuff happening here. One thing is that Casima's parents were killed by something. Al-Hazred claims that it was a natural causes or something. They killed themselves or something. I'm not sure. But essentially, he's a bad guy. We have our suspicions, and yeah, we need to save this place from him. I don't know what I was going with that.
Al-Hazred's bad. The genie's following you around, keeping tabs on you because Al-Hazred doesn't want you foiling his plans. And anytime you see a person or a creature or whatever with a
Alexander
glinting
takes the candle
gold
from
eye,
his
that's the
tinderbox.
genie following you around because he can
Alexander.
shapeshift and stuff. He always tries to get you to kill yourself. He doesn't try to kill you directly, but he'll always try to get you to do something to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like just outside this area, he tries to get you to eat some berries that are poison berries.
From a nightshade bush.
Yeah. Under the guise that like if you eat them, you can fly. Much earlier on, when you go to the
Wow,
ferry,
Alexander.
he'll try to get you to jump in the water, and you end up drowning because apparently Alexander forgot how to swim between King's Quest 3 and King's Quest 6.
Well, actually, there is a lore reason for that. It's the reason why you shipwrecks because there's a very strong current in undertow.
Excuses.
That is excuses. You should just swell up.
I mean, he swims out in the open ocean in 3, but anyway.
The lair door.
Yeah, there are things all over.
Alexander.
places all over where the
Well, what is this guy doing with this girl?
he's got him
Getting a
tied
little
up.
handsy.
The people that live up here, the winged ones, sacrifice someone to this minotaur. I don't know, whatever it is, like once every year or something. So now they've offered their daughter as a sacrifice to the minotaur, had her tied up, and
So
was gonna, I don't know, kill her or eat her or something. So they
that's enough.
send you in there to go save her as part of your I don't know, like test or whatever.
You're kind of proving yourself. It's
Yeah.
it's the exact same thing as with the three-headed dragon and Rosella in King's Quest 3.
Exactly. And so just on that screen right there, as we came out of the labyrinth, there was a crow with a glinting gold eye. So that's, again, the genie just keeping tabs on you.
Darn genie. Anyways, once again, this whole section is pretty much iterative of King's Quest 3. You had to save a girl from a thing that's getting sacrificed, and then you had to go talk to an oracle.
Exactly. For whatever reason, Alexander is the only one that talks to oracles, and he basically gets the same story twice.
For the most part. Except this time he's not trying to save himself, he's trying to save someone else.
Yeah.
Well, I guess kind of. I don't know.
So just off the screen here, just up from where I am right now, there is a whole nother section of the game that you never even see in any percent. And the voice actor that plays Frollo is up there.
You're supposed to go to the
And where else? He's also...
Would you? Of course, Alex. I think I'd.
Oh my god, I
Very
misclicked.
good. Thank.
He plays two other roles, I think.
Oh yeah, Saladin.
Saladin and one other. Oh, he plays the door.
Oh yeah, he does. The door in the land of the dead. You're getting ahead of yourself.
I
there,
sure
buddy.
am. You're right.
Yeah,
I just
don't
realized that
wanna
as I got
interrupt
there. I was
you.
like, why is she not by the hedges?
Just trimming the bushes, man. She's doing what her stepmom says.
That's the one that I always get mixed up on, going to Beast after Mist. I always forget that one.
By the way, you have a woman who's struck in servitude to her abusive, was her stepmother, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Never heard that trope before.
now we have to go to a land of the beast. So you would say that she is quite beautiful.
Huh. Maybe her name's like Beauty or something?
Nah, it's probably Patricia.
Why
For
would
real.
it be Patricia over Beauty?
So that's the first name that came to my mind.
Yeah, her name's actually Beauty and she's the Beast, so
Yeah.
Never heard of that story before, right? He has to look into...
Beauty.
Yeah, it's familiar.
It's like it was taken from somewhere else.
Almost.
It's okay, we don't have to worry about them for too much longer.
So yeah, you go there and the beast curses you, and if you don't find love for him, he's gonna turn you into a beast.
Well, technically, you're... Yeah.
Yeah, you're on like a... I don't know how long it is. You're on some kind of timer. If you don't, find a woman for him to fall in love with, then you just lose. So he gives you
I'm
a
pretty
signet, and then you give it to her and give her one of the white roses. And then, what do you know? They fell in love, and he's actually a wealthy man. Blah blah blah. And there's some creature down here that looks like, I don't know, a ferret or something with a glinting eye. How about that?
Very suspicious. Probably fucking Karen or something.
God damn it, Karen.
Come on, Karen.
Damn it, Janet. I love you. So now that's pretty much the last puzzle for any percent. Now we go in Metal Gear into the castle, try to find our fair lady love.
Whoops.
Oh, look at you, wrong warped. Except for you go wrong up to the end of the game, wrong warp to the opening credits.
Don't worry, guys. It's fine.
This is King's Quest 6. It's presented by Sierra. Don't pirate their games.
That's what happened when you hold enter and go to the top bar. Alright, so let's see. Where do we have a save?
Never happened before.
What about this one? Well. What about Beast?
See,
Where's
then-
this? Oh, that's good. This is fine.
Now we're spoiling the game. Dang it.
Oh, come on.
So now we gotta go say hi to Karen and give her some stuff.
Hi, Karen. Again.
She's tending to the rose bushes. Looking
So yeah,
very
she
tired
tends
and
to these
overworked.
red rose bushes all day, so you give her a white one because obviously that's the way to a woman's heart.
Fun fact, in the 100% category, you need to get 2 of those white roses, and only one of them give you points. When you acquire them, at least. It's an easy thing to miss.
It's a spell object, right?
No, you have to give it to Casima. One of the 3 items you can give to Casima via the Nightingale Sing.
Right. I never actually got 100% as a kid. That was probably one of the points that I missed.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to miss.
To take the path.
Come on. I'm good at this game, I swear.
It's just a little rusty. Better
Anyway,
time to de-rust than
so now we
burn
go
your
Metal
bullet
Gear
fire.
Rosie.
Now we go Metal Gear Rosie. If only we could transform into Rosie right now. That'd be funny.
I mean, we basically do. So there's 2 ways to get into the castle. You do one way in the 80% version, you do one way in 100% version, and in this one, we cross-dress, because that just makes sense.
Why not? I mean, you got that wonderful dress right there.
Exactly. And they're like,
Hey,
oh,
Jacob,
look, you're just another servant girl, so, go on in. That guy just basically comes out and tells you to do your job.
Yikes.
Exactly. I didn't
The castle
friggin...
gates unlocked.
Oof.
Okay, this is fine.
Chuck G3 oof.
This is fine. Chuck G3 oof. But what in frick?
Why did they call it Chuck G3? Oh, whoa! Don't mind this, guys.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about
This
it.
is RNG manipulation.
Intended.
Look, see,
So,
that was an
Alexander.
item replacement glitch.
yeah, there's RNG there,
The
according
mechanic
to some people,
Alexander.
that the guards will turn around and catch you a certain percentage of the time. But I don't know. I don't think that's.
There is actually a zip we can get here. Is if they catch you right as you exit the screen, they will be
Alexander.
in quote-unquote zip mode. So that whole animation right there will go by super fast.
Hello.
And the returning animation that they will have once we get done with this. So we go over here, talk to a door, hear a woman's voice, so we give her a knife.
Alexander.
Nah, you don't pick that.
Yeah.
Just open the door. It's okay, I do that too. A lot of stuff. This whole section right here is really execution heavy, so you have to kind of just be rapid
Alexander,
fire one
here's
thing
the-
after another. Then again, this game is kind of like that.
Alexander.
So right there, we talked to Casima, give her a knife, said, if you need to defend yourself, use this. I think that's what they say. We go in there, find Al Hazard's manifesto, and then we hide from the guard dogs once more.
The guard dog.
Basically saying that he's trying to
It's-
disrupt everything, killed Casima's parents. All the aisles are in disarray. There's like some key item missing from all the aisles. That's because he stole them.
His manifesto is talking to this other evil wizard person that is apparently part of this quote-unquote black club gang thing or society. Something that was never mentioned in any of the previous games is never mentioned ever again. It was
This is so
something brought up-
secret.
It was something brought up by Jane Jensen. It was another developer at Sierra that made Gabriel Knight
Look.
series. If you've never played those, they're very, very good. But yeah,
So earlier on, we found out in the pawn shop that the genie really likes mint. He stole a mint from the jar and appeared to be intoxicated when he did that. So we give him this leaf that is apparently a mint leaf, and then he gets drunk,
Which is
fires a
just the
spell, and
good
kills himself.
This is the good shit, man. He's rolling real deep.
Whoa!
Whoa! Mixtape.
Mixtape.
Sparking it up! So then you have this giant sword that's way too large for you off the wall in order to fight Al-Hazred while Zima jerks off in the corner. And then when she's done, she uses that knife that you gave her.
She has her hands clasped together and she can't figure out how to get them to go stop being clasped. Knuckles are stuck. Just...
She stabbed him, bonk him on the head, and that's time.
Yay! It's the end of this crappy game.
Now for Chuck's favorite.
You may notice also that the points were just about 50% of the total. And that's because we literally completed 50% of the puzzles. That's the 90%. It's clearly defined, which is nice.
Now
Now
we're
we get
on
into
to the final King's Quest.
Indeed. The seventh and final one that we ever acknowledge. Because the eighth game.
Oh, there is an 8th King's Quest?
That's-
Not really.
I've been
Okay.
talking
Depends
crap
on who you
about it
ask.
this whole time.
Sounds like Mega Man X7.
It pretty much is Mega Man.
Okay.
May as well be.
Yeah, King's Quest 8, aka Mask of Eternity, is a big old fat meme.
Gotcha.
Big old brown dookie. Big old.
Yo, we
Big
got the
pile
we
of-
got the mashing.
We did it. Oh, we got the skip.
Yeah.
Little record pace, boys. Move over, Quan.
I'm not running on ECE.
Rip. As we all know, this game is purely based off execution. No
Oh yeah,
RNG
there's
whatsoever.
totally no RNG here at all. Not one bit.
Not a single shred of it.
Oh my god. I went to the top to get my items because I'm still as if I'm playing 6. Wow. Alright.
Getting a little confusing.
Yeah. They run
Well,
together
yeah.
after a while.
They do. That's one reason why I've kind of taken a break from them.
So I think this is the first game where oh no, I guess you get the gems out of the pouch in 5. But this is one of the instances where you actually like look at the items
And interact with them directly, yeah.
Yeah.
This game runs on the SCI2 engine, where it's essentially a fully point and click sort of thing. I think they wanted to try and go for like an almost light Dragon's Lair kind of vibe with it, possibly, but not quite.
It's
I say light in that it's like not.
it's very Don Bluthian, if you know who that is.
Here-
He's the guy
Yeah.
who did Dragon's Quest, and it is totally his art style. He was in
Dragon.
no way involved. It just looks like they basically copied everything that he did.
You said Dragon's Quest.
Yeah, isn't that what it is?
Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, that. Sorry, too many Quest games.
This game was animated by Akira Toriyama. And
This is here. Oh, such a pet.
so it's all fully point and click. You only have one cursor and there's no options to cycle through them. It's just the wand. And with that,
Plug your ears.
a lot of the interactions are just pretty simple. It's either an inventory object or just click on it. But the big strategy for the game is that you make Valenice or your ego, your main character that you're controlling to move as fast as possible, and you do that by essentially mashing left and right click. So this game is mashing to an extreme the whole dang time.
Hag loud, by the way.
It is also one King's Quest game that lasts about 30 to 40 minutes. No, was it 50? That was usually 50.
Yeah. A pretty good run is low 50. And it's like basically twice as long as any of the other games.
Mm-hmm.
Your question from the chat, Lumophile.
Yeah?
What is your opinion on the Goblin's Quest series?
Don't have one. I don't know it.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
Chuck, do
I'm
you?
gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it.
Okay.
I've never heard of it.
Chuck's on the case. Don't worry about it.
I'm on the case.
Good to hear.
Interesting looking. It is a DOS game. I've never heard of it.
Alright, so next question. How much is it on Steam and GOG?
It's free on my abandonware.
Hey now.
Or archive.org.
Hey, man.
Hey man.
Say, hey man.
Say man. Alright, so that's chapter 1. There are 6 chapters in the game alternating between Valenice and Rosella. This is the first game where you actually get to play as Valenice, and she's anything more than just a trophy wife, basically.
And a girl in a tower. And the first game that you control multiple characters. But not the first game where there's multiple characters kind of following the main character.
Yeah.
But anyways. Should we get into the story? I guess I'll talk about it. I know an amount of time since King's Quest VI has passed. Alexander went off to go marry Cassima and is now ruling the land of the Green Isles. And so now Rosella, I should note this. Alexander and Rosella are twins. You forgot winning, didn't you?
No. I forgot the cup, the bowl.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
But so she turns 21 and she's out in Daventry with Valenice, and Valenice is essentially just getting on her case about not being married and blah blah blah. She needs to go find a husband, and she's saying, "No, Mom, I just want to go have fun." And then in a very Alice in Wonderland kind of way, she finds this little hummingbird that she gets ADD while her mom's just ranting off at her, lecturing her. And she follows it to a pool, which turns into like a vortex, and she jumps into the vortex. And Valenice, with her Dorito eyes, jumps in after her.
And,
Good story.
Yeah, and so somehow they end up separated. Rosella gets pulled through in this different part, I guess, and then gets sent to like this troll area, whereas Valenice just goes through just fine and ends up in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
And not a troll.
And for some reason, as Rosella gets pulled through there, as you probably saw partially as he skipped the cutscene, she gets turned into a troll. Not entirely sure why.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway,
This is high quality animation right here.
Oh yeah, this is like the peak right here. So first real trick of the game, we'll see if I can pull it off. Probably not the way things have been going. It's called Fast Spoon.
Fast spoons. I can kind of explain fast spoon. Certain animations in this game of certain characters, I think your main character, are tied to other animations that are playing. As you may see, like the fire animation right here just loops over and over again, but it will eventually die down. And as it's dying down, the animation of Rosella putting the
Oh my dogs, by the way.
holder.
Oh my dog.
Oh my dog. Your dog?
No. Boyd's dog.
Oh, what's the dog? Anyways, that's pretty much fast spoon. Just animation tied to other animation. You're on a timer when you get that.
But yeah, we got it, boys. Second trick right there, if you mash in the right spot, you just zip across the main area.
That's one of the, I think only 2 places that we've actually found that glitch or that trick to happen.
Out of bounds right here. You actually you hold down plus to move faster throughout the whole game, and it will randomly slow itself down. So basically, just hold plus like the entire game. There's one
it's
area
kinda sweaty.
there where you you just like press minus a few times to slow it down a little bit, just to make that out of bounds clip a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Basically, you really
Out-
only do it for clips.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're pretty much holding enter the whole time too. Holding enter has the nice effect of pretty much activating anything on the first frame. So we use that for the cutscene skips. So those 2 little, what is it, like carrots? No,
Yeah,
brackets.
like angle brackets.
Yeah. We we use the when that's pop up, you highlight the mouse over it with the plus, and it'll just do a first frame to skip the cutscenes, which is really nice. Otherwise, you'd have to click it.
Skips cutscenes and dialogue. Get the way back. We did. There's also an out of bounds you can do here, going from. Oh no! Didn't set it up.
What
right.
happened? Oh, you messed it up. You gotta face the wall.
Yeah, there we go. I didn't set myself up right in the corner. There's a out of bounds you can do on that bridge scene going from right to left. It's not worth very much, so usually the setup isn't even worth it.
Yeah,
You can
spend
just
way too
walk
much
past the
time.
guy, no problem, and it's basically even for no cost at all. There's a left to right and a right to left out of bounds here on this dragon scene. The right to left is super free. The left to right is actually really, really difficult, but it saves a pretty significant amount of time just because of the doubling back. And you can only
Going
pass
right
through that
to
troll
left.
twice.
The left or right really doesn't save that much time. I timed them. They're like right to left saves like 4 seconds. Left to right saves like a second.
It actually like means something though in this game.
It does to an extent. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm bad.
X. Just
I spent way too much time trying to learn out of. Shout out to Julian and Riku. He's the one that actually discovered it.
Yeah. So I actually forgot about the fast item there. I forgot about it on the spoon. The spoon's one of the easier ones. You just basically alternate right, left, click, grab the spoon, give it to her. There's again quest for 3 items. You have to get 3 items and give them to her.
Mm.
Surprise, surprise! Never seen that in King's Quest game before.
Yep. Waiting and freaking scavenger hunts.
All right, fingers crossed we don't crash here because
Don't click anything.
yeah, I'm
Still.
not.
Game can crash in a lot of different places. As you'll see as the game progresses, it starts looking more and more wonky.
Yeah.
It had a hard development cycle. A lot
They-
of stuff happened. A lot of budgets, a lot of a lot of different animation studios, just a lot of different shit.
Yeah, they definitely front-loaded in terms of like effort that they put into this game.
They tried to blow their whole load and they ended up just squirting it everywhere.
Yeah. All right.
It's
The last trick of this chapter, usually pretty free. Let's see if we get it. Easy. Alright. Basically what you do there is you can either just like double tap escape to bring up that menu and dismiss it, or you can make a menu there. I'm sorry, a bookmark there, just to be on the safe side. In a marathon run, that's what I prefer to do. But basically, you just use that as a buffer to start clicking over the exit in that area, and for whatever reason, once the buffer is up, it will immediately send you like to that exit. So you just skip a pretty long cutscene animation where you scare away Militia, that evil witch.
evil fairy in this one, actually.
Oh,
Just
fairy,
fairies.
yeah,
They
sorry,
may as well
whatever.
be witches. I don't know. It's dumb.
Witches, fairies, warlocks, wizards, etc.
Whatever you want to call them.
Evil magic doer.
My theory with the using the menu is that it probably just sets like the same flag as like transitioning
Yeah.
from one room to another, so the game doesn't know the difference. You can actually trigger that if you walk like a certain way into a wall. It's weird. You'd have to like flip 1 pixel in or something, then hit it. It's strange. Anyways, we're on chapter 3. Chapter 3 is pretty straightforward, as long as you don't jump in the pudding river, or what do you want to call it? Taffy
Yeah,
river.
it's just like what would be the dirt, but Queen
It's
Valenice doesn't
quicksand.
want to get her shoes dirty, I guess. So we box
So
up
we're
this
gonna end up
spider
in the-
who's gonna eat that hummingbird, and then he owes us one
to
later.
the town of Falderall.
Where, again, animals are anthropomorphic and talk to you.
Definitely not something that you'd see in a Disney movie. Nope.
Oh, of course not. That's totally original. Brand new concept, whole new technology.
I'll be right back real quick.
So this is the mare, Fifi La Yip Yap. It's a French poodle. And basically he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, we're looking for my daughter. So we give her this hair piece or whatever from Rosella. So then you just go looking through the town, trying to find things or whatever, make your way through. So first place you go to is a china shop, and the purveyor of this china shop is a bull. Maybe something to do with the expression that you've heard before, a bull in a china shop. And so that little bird there with like a bonnet on that was screaming its head off is warning of the apocalypse. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. But that's not Chicken Little, that's Chicken Petite. Very, very big distinction there. Don't
Because
get
this is
twisted.
French, after all.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So that's... I assume Chicken Little's like copyrighted or something, and that's why they couldn't use it. So basically, it's just another fetch quest, because that's all these games are, to get a mask in order to make, I don't know, the guard think that you're an animal.
Oh, this game's
So you can
so
enter the party.
unoriginal.
And then you enter this Escher maze with stairs going all different directions. That
All
totally
different
makes sense.
directions. Oh, but don't click in the wrong spot right here, because going back from where you just came from, it takes a long ass time.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't do that in my last run.
Poof.
Poof in the face, powder.
Still not sure what that means, why it happens, or anything, but
I don't know. We'd
It's a
have to
thing.
ask Jam Evil. Shout out to Jam Evil. He loves this game. He's also not watching right now.
shout out to
Bastard.
Jam. Yes.
Hi, Limo Dad.
Could you hear him through the door?
I could, yeah.
I could
Barely, but yeah. Hi, Germro.
At Germo.
That Germro.
Hi, Germro.
Making my way downtown.
Walking fast, faces past, blah 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 blah.
So hold on. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, I miss- dun-dun-dun.
And so, probably my favorite character in this game.
Chicken de Petite.
No, I like Chicken Petite, but I think my favorite character is the Mockingbird, the guy who normally sits in the nest up there.
Oh, the Mockingbird.
Yeah, you just talk to him over and over, and he'll give you a random insult. There's a pretty extensive list of them. I was sitting there for a good long while, my first time that I ever played through this game casually, in order to try to, get every insult from him. They're pretty good, honestly. They're all, like, PG rated, just because that's how this game series goes in this studio. If you're looking for, anything else, you're gonna have to play Leisure Suit Larry.
As long as they're official games as well.
Yeah.
There's some unofficial, interesting ones.
But yeah, so that's just another play on words there. It's the Mockingbird, so he mocks you, and there's Chicken Petite playing off Chicken Little, Bull in the China Shop. The snake oil salesman. And the faux shop.
Faux shop.
Well, yeah, where
You
you
have
have
to
to take everything with a grain of salt, meaning you have to eat salt in order to be able to actually walk through the door and go inside.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the guy is called in there. He's
I
like
don't
a
know, it just
turtle.
looks like a hippo or something, but yeah.
He's a turtle. Something like that.
At Jammy Bowler.
Chad Jammy
Ah.
is busy playing Minecraft.
I was trying to look up like sprites and stuff for this game not that long ago, and apparently that guy's called the Kangaroo Rat. I didn't realize.
Yep, he is.
And basically you go up to him after you've given him your glasses, and you can give him, or you can try to give him an item, and he'll always offer you something that
Go back.
oh, you're right, the do. He'll always offer you something that rhymes with whatever you give to him. So like a what is it, a seed for a bead, or vice versa, and
The book for a crook.
yeah, book for a crook, and there's another one that you do, right?
You only do 2, but you can do. Oh no. Gourd for. Was it? No, that would be a seed for a bead, a gourd seed.
Oh yeah, there's 2 different ways to do the seed for the bead. The one, you have to plant it, and then you plant like a corn seed, and then it grows a gourd, and you just get a gourd, and then use the gourd seed. So it's just like a more convoluted way to get to through the same puzzle.
So most people would consider a corn, not a corn seed, but a corn kernel.
Yeah.
Just what always tripped us up.
And so use the crook to pull the moon, because that is obviously the moon, out of the pond there. And they say, "Man, you took the moon out of the sky. You're under arrest." And we're like, "Hey, man, just let us be."
Mutsky's rolling in.
What up, Mutt?
Yeah, Mutsky with the raid. Thank you, man.
Just in time for the RNG section.
You're skipping the man.
Well, you have to go either way, right? You have to go on the screen or off one more time either way.
Oh, she just did a moonwalk.
This guy takes 10 years to do anything.
Mm-hmm. This is where the animations took a dive. I like to think that this guy had a couple more frames of animation, but they just didn't pay for enough of it.
Yeah, this is where the animation went from 4 frames per second to 3 frames per second.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, even if they just like animated him faster, it'd look better. But it's just like, dude.
I don't know the lore exactly, but they might have. This might have been the one where they shipped it to Russia.
Oh yeah, because there is a Russian version of this.
Well, there is that, but the different animation studios, they went all over the place. Started in the U.S., went to like freaking Norway or like Germany, Canada. I don't know exactly. It was all over the place.
All right, first try pumpkin. We got lucky. Don't know if it's like a 50-50 or what, but hey, nice.
I'm also pretty sure the animators that did the CDI Zelda games also did a little bit in those.
They look identical. So we go up into the pumpkin there, where there's a couple like troublemaker kids that are very reminiscent of Nightmare Before Christmas. This whole town kind of is. A couple troublemaker kids in that pumpkin. It's like their hangout or whatever. We take the elevator up there and grab a spine.
Those kids are also very iterative from different pieces of media.
Yeah.
One of them is supposed to be like Bart Simpson and Charlie Brown, as well as Alfalfa and something else.
So we give the spine to the doctor, and he gives us this box. We give this box to the kid, offer it to the kids, because it's this wacky pet, and offer it as a trade for the mouse, which the gravedigger wants. And apparently he like needs it in order to fix the actual like digging machine.
It's also his friend, I believe.
Yeah.
We gotta be wholesome here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously the real message there is that we reunited him with his friends, so now he owes us a solid.
Once again, we're saving more animals. Like this black cat that gives us one of its lives. Still got 9 of them.
Boogie is the next instance of RNG. I never really realized that kid's shirt looks like a Charlie Brown shirt. I just see that now. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. Yep.
Never realized that. So on this next screen, there's a stick that either points up or down. We want it to point down. If it's down, we're good to go. If it's up, like that, we have to just like screen off and screen back on, and forever until it is facing down like that. There we go.
The kids, when you're going on there, well, they're swinging the rat around. They actually say a little nursery rhyme sort of thing where they explain this puzzle. I couldn't tell it to you off the top of my head because I'm not a fan either.
Yeah, something about when it's facing up, blah blah blah. We never really listen to it because it doesn't play long enough for the speedrun. But yeah, this is one of the rare instances where Sierra actually gave you the solution to a puzzle within the game.
Amazing.
Yeah, I know, right? Novel idea.
Yep.
And here's another one, actually. It's a bit harder to find, but one of the screens that I haven't gone to yet has those 3 symbols that I clicked on that lock on the side of a house. You just have to realize that that's what it means.
One of those things that you have to take like a mental picture of.
Yeah. Sort of akin to Banjo-Kazooie, where it says 312111 somewhere on the ship, and you just have to know that it means that you press the organ numbers. So the hammer and chisel that we got in the beginning ends up becoming like the most useful item, like by far. I think you end up using it like 4 times or something, whereas a lot of other items are like one and done usually. And now we have to put on the cloak to disguise herself like this old widow. Otherwise, Boogie jumps on you before you even leave the screen and just murders you.
Everyone's afraid of the widow because as soon as she looks at you, you die. You'll see her later.
She's cool.
Yep, she's just crying a lot.
Yeah, so now that we gave the Doc a spine, he's like mega tall.
Stand up straight, kids.
Exactly. Have good posture. Another good message.
A lot of mechanisms in your body that hinder if you have bad posture.
Buy a gamer chair.
Yep, get a DX Racer Fortnite chair. I actually need one of those things.
Use coupon code VOID for 0% off.
Oh, that's sweet.
All benefits of that transaction go to me. That's 0%? Mine.
Support Void today.
Oh my god.
Speaking of supporting Void, have you heard of Twitch Prime?
You guys know about Twitch Prime?
You guys know about Twitch Prime? You can subscribe now for Twitch Prime.
For free. All you need is Amazon Prime. You need to link it to your Twitch account. Subscribe to your favorite streamer Void today.
Man, what about that green bush that you just made evaporate?
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's just this bushman that bothers you when you go on the screen, and the doctor gives you some like bush repellent, and you just spray at him. I don't know, man.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so we got one dog. Every time you enter this screen, there's a chance, whether it's 50-50 or what, I don't know, that
Alicia's dog Cuddles starts barking at you, and if you go in there, you get caught and die. It takes a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it takes a long time.
So it's just like the pumpkin where you have to screen out and screen back in, except you have to screen off 2 screens every time you want to cycle the dog RNG. So
one of the worst RNG sections of this game.
Yeah.
And you have to do it twice.
Yeah.
Once with Rosie, once with Melanie.
And then so the dog's not barking, so obviously that means they're not there. So as soon as you go into the house, they show up, they come home, naturally.
Kane with the gifted sub to Sniff Chalmers.
Yo, Kane, my man.
Yo, Kane, thank you very much.
This. How odd.
And so now we rifle through Militia's apparently
Yeah.
lingerie, negligee, and thong.
Yep, and Rosie gives her opinion on each, including a very good
Wow.
Owen Wilson impression.
Wow.
Wow.
And then so what you end up taking is, of course, the sock, because that's, you know, what you need. So
As
that's
well as
useful.
some weird looking thing that was just sitting in there, you know.
Yeah. By the way, the Troll King that we rescued from that
This is-
coffin was turned into the scarab that's in our inventory, so he's basically telling us where to go, what to do, what we need. And so he told you to go get the device, which is this thing right here.
He's a regular Navi. From
It
over
basically,
here.
yeah. Rosella.
Except he doesn't bother you all the time.
Yeah.
He's got a cooler voice.
And so now we have to deal with the werebears. Again, this is like 1 FPS, which might be exceeding their budget.
Fun fact, this screen right here, and I know this from experience, you cannot out of bounds at all. And it would just be the one most beneficial one, because if we could go from this forest over here over to Ooga Booga, we'd probably A, break the game, but you would also be able to skip a considerable amount of stuff. It would be very interesting to see, but alas, that room is impenetrable.
Yeah, Ooga Booga is the Nightmare Before Christmas-esque land.
That we just came from.
Yeah. And so now Rosella ends up in the exact same place where Valenice was. The timeline's kind of confusing here to me, to be completely honest. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be before or after Valenice goes through, but
I think they're all moving parallel at the time, kind of like Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3.
yeah, makes sense. So instead of having to go through some fetch quest and get a mask to enter the party, you just instead walk straight in, because the party is either over or hasn't begun yet. And then you do the same path through the Escher stair maze, and then you get poofed in the face again. Oof.
9th Street Flash asking for any King's Quest 8 fans in here.
Heh. The thing about King's Quest 8 is
You haven't played through it yet.
you're right.
When's that
And
happening?
I don't know.
That's-
If you can get it stable,
I'm a
I
hungry.
have. Unfortunately, I've gotten it stable.
no, you haven't. But you still struggle with the
I struggle in running it because the game's crap and I suck at it.
well.
But
Agree to disagree, then I guess.
no, I'm pretty sure it's stable enough for you to do a speedrun of it.
Quickly, Your Majesty.
Possibly to play it, I'm not sure.
Stable enough to do a speedrun, possibly to play. That sounds like the complete opposite. Anyway, that was actually a really good one. Dang, look at me go. I'm like a regular jam eviler.
Why doesn't he have world record?
RNG. So yeah, that's another one of the instances where you actually have to manipulate an item in your inventory. One of the items manipulation instances, you actually we routed out with the out of bounds clip that goes past the troll on the bridge. Normally you grab a shield off of the wall that has a spike in it. You pull the spike out, put the shield on a cart as like a makeshift wheel, and use the spike to fasten the wheel in place. But you can skip all of that just by clipping out of bounds past the troll.
Mm-hmm.
So that saves very significant amount of time. So now we got some goop from the snake oil salesman that we're gonna use. It's basically Polyjuice Potion. We're gonna use it to turn into the Jackalope and run past the Werebears. Do a high five with
Jackalope.
Rosella on the way. One of us passed each other somewhere in there.
The jackalope that we saw for quite literally a fraction of a second because we skipped him spitting on it.
Yeah.
Why,
Ideally,
undisturbed.
you don't see a whole lot of him. If you walk over like the hole where he hides out, he'll give you a raspberry. But that wastes time, so obviously you try not to do that.
It's an example of some of the little nitty-gritty things we do in the speed run that is not really too obvious to the naked eye until you've kind of like learned the speed run and looking for smaller things to optimize your runs with.
Yeah,
This
but-
game's just full of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of mouse accuracy. That's honestly like 90% of this game. Mouse accuracy and just remembering where to go.
And hoping.
Yeah, RNG as well.
We'll look at that.
Welcome to the chat room.
Welcome to the chat room.
Oh.
This doesn't look like Donkey. If
Nah,
you
this
squint,
is clearly Donkey. What?
you squint your eyes well enough.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You might need glasses.
I take off my glasses. This kind of looks like Donkey Kong.
That looks like Donkey, right there.
Just had some Void W to it.
Yeah.
Let's just put a bunch of wood W's all over the screen.
What's the difference?
Perfect.
There's the grass man again, and then
Our good friend Lord Addis,
yeah, he has a different nickname.
Known colloquially as.
Noble Lord Dick Nose.
I was waiting for you to say it. Oh, I see. You can say it on this stream, not on your own. I get it.
I'll say it on mine as well. That's fine. It's not that bad. But
You
Yeah,
you
he-
gotta get that the mature
he
filter.
makes the grass man disappear. Second try pumpkin,
Yeah.
not bad at all.
Yeah, we're pretty much repeating the 2 more instances of the same RNG in this section. Pumpkin and Pebbles.
Yeah, Valenice doesn't have to go through the boogie section, but she then deals with some other much worse RNG later.
Mm-hmm. This is chapter 5 as well. This is the longest chapter. There's a lot of stuff that happens in here.
It is a very long back and forth fetch quest.
It's essentially the first couple chapters, the first 4 chapters all rolled into one. Very execution heavy, very RNG heavy.
Yeah. So here is the little section there where the symbols are on the wall. That's supposed to tell you how to open up that lock.
Now we have a wolfer here, giving us too many borks.
Bork,
He
bork,
gave
bork.
us one extra. He gave us one extra bork, so he gets nugs. His name is Black Valiant.
He's a good boy.
He's the goodest boy.
Yeah, what the heck? Crowbot missed the data phase. Hello? Does it not know how to
What?
count?
Yeah,
Someone needs
Robot
to reprogram.
might be a bit too drunk.
Little- He's going to bit Pepega.
Hey, what's up, Peanut?
So this is the widow that everybody's scared of. You give her the medal from the dog's neck, and then apparently that's, I don't know, enough closure for her to stop mourning her husband, whose grave that is right there. Or, not grave, tomb, I guess.
Well, we're gonna see him in a bit.
Yeah. Because apparently, she was wed to who's now the Headless Horseman. Never seen that in any media, anywhere, ever before. Totally unique concept.
Completely. Entirely.
So we're gonna see how many explosions I get here. It's probably gonna be 2. Always get one right there. And then if I'm really slick here, yeah.
So there's a lot of different revisions of this game. from when it first came out. This version right here is actually the 2.0 revision of it. That they had to go back and, you know, just fix a bunch of crap that was wrong with it.
Oh, my.
One thing was completely porting the game from Windows to DOS-based environment, which I'm sure wasn't fun because of compatibility and just glitches. One of the big things, was that the firecracker on some people's systems, it would literally just explode immediately, and there was no way to complete the game. So every time they reloaded, every time they continued, it would just blow up. Fortunately, that's patched for us. Unfortunately, we still have fast computers, so it still explodes.
Another place where music is the solution. You have to play the harp to go see the three fates.
Played that pretty well.
This is another place where the second time we see the fates is the other place where it crashes pretty frequently, but there's still
We're good.
yeah, as Chuck says, you have to treat the ladies gently.
Be nice to your ladies.
Be nice.
Take them from Tenacious D and fuck them gently.
The worst, I guess, instance of RNG we may or may not see a glimpse of here. You can hear him, and he didn't show up. There's a white horse that basically just looks like a sheet. It's like a wind spirit.
He's
you
got a
have
name,
to...
I don't remember it.
Say again?
He's got a name and I don't remember it.
Valenice, what you doing? I clicked the ambrosia. Anyway.
Oh, she didn't grab it?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
Let's get
Okay.
that.
So yeah, oh, there he is. That's...
We're cursed.
Yeah, the run is cursed now. I saw the horse too early, so he's not gonna show up when I need him later.
Mm. There's a puzzle at the end of this place, right before we get to right at the end of the chapter, where you need to interact with that horse, and yeah, we'll get to it once it happens.
Another lovely instance of RNG, just waiting on the horse to show up.
Another example of you click the I looked away for a second, but you click the ambrosia and didn't pick it up, right?
I thought I clicked the ambrosia. I must have clicked the log.
You might have. You can actually click the ambrosia and she'll reach out to grab it, but she won't actually grab it if you click too early after she grabs it.
Right, and then
Literally
she'll
skip the acquisition.
Yeah, she like does like the animation as if she's gonna go grab it, but if you click off the log too soon before she actually grabs it and you get it in your inventory, she'll hop off the log.
Another example where this is a very well-made game.
Oh yeah.
I am.
Yeah, we gotta go to Dreamland.
Box of spare parts in the corner over there. These games are just full of like puns and plays on words and stuff like that, and I really enjoy them personally. And they're very intelligent humor.
Very good, very intelligent.
Muy inteligente. Big brain.
Big brain, very progressive company.
Cosmic brain. So there's this lady, she's frozen in ice, and we see her in a dream. We're like, I don't know who that is, I don't know why she's in ice, I don't know what's going on, but we should talk to somebody about it. So then it becomes our quest to get that lady out of the ice.
I wish you.
She's special for some reason or another. We'll find out. Maybe, probably not.
Maybe.
I mean, if your mashing is ideal in this game, you literally hear nobody talk until the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yo, you found your horse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got our horse.
It's a real Zelda game now.
Wait, does that horse fly?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the Headless Horseman's horse.
You know what his name is? It's not Nightmare. His Nightmare was in the previous game. It's Necromancer.
Yeah,
his name is Nightmare?
They couldn't reuse the name because Nightmare is the horse that you ride to the underworld in King's Quest 6.
Oh,
So they already used that name, so they had to change it for this one.
It's Necromancer.
Fun
they
fact,
have-
there is a magic card that's called Nightmare, and it is a horse.
No clip today, Chuck.
Nope. Rip.
Says
Yeah, it comes from Dungeons and Dragons, or it might have actually be something from mythology too.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep.
Too many references to that everywhere, so like there has to be a source, which I think is really cool. As to why the horse is named Nightmare.
I think in this game they really tried to like name things not like what you would expect them to be.
Right.
Like the kangaroo rat, I would consider to be the crook mouse or something like that.
yeah.
Probably like Lumo said earlier, like because of copyright issues.
Chicken petite.
Chicken de petit.
Chicken petite.
Little.
Oh, man.
Alright, so we got 1 dog,
Dang woofer.
2 dogs. This is not good.
Cuddles, please. Oh,
I talked to Series.
no, it runs invalid. You know why?
No, I don't know why.
You didn't bite the cheese.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's not 100% run is what you mean.
Yeah. Hundo. This isn't a Hundo. This isn't a KQ 700.
How much longer would Hundo be?
It's up for debate. We make this pretty much a joke at this point
Yeah, we don't really have set rules for it.
because there's no
Oh,
real
okay.
there's no point system. There's nothing really defining what would a Hundo technically be. There's just a lot of extra crap you could do.
Oh,
it
so like a
doesn't-
bunch of side quests and whatnot.
Not
no,
even really.
Just
It's just
literally interactions.
yeah,
Oh.
like the wheel of cheese, the moon that I shot back up into the sky with rubber chicken. You have the option to use it on yourself, and you'll take a bite out of it. Doesn't do anything as far as the story goes or the game goes. It just you just can do that. You have the option to. So there's things like that, and there's like different ways that you can solve some of the puzzles. Like there's a couple different ways you can get the flower that you use at the end. I don't know. There's just different ways to solve a few puzzles, and so we don't know what would actually, like define Hundo. By the way, I think it's like 6
I
dogs.
see.
But there is a committee for the King's Quest 700, 100%. The King's Quest 700% committee. I am one of the chairmen, and I refuse to acknowledge that there is no King's 100%.
Address
Actually,
issue
it's
all your
jam.
complaints to Chuck Grody at Hotmail.
Actually, just
Hotmail, whoa.
just send it to freaking Jam Eviler, because he's the one that really wants to keep the 100% category.
Yeah, there's actually a tab on SRC for it, and like under the rules section, it's like rules are up for debate at this point.
I just let that there for memes, honestly.
I wonder why you can skip the second desert scene in chapter 1, but not in 6, or not in
5.
yeah.
I'm not sure. It's just there's the long list of crap I need to test,
Yeah.
so I get around to it.
So we snuck back
trying to
into Melicia's house to grab that crystal from her chandelier because it's magical or whatever. And then from there we have to charge it with light. And,
The sun.
Yeah. And then we need to take that to Dreamland to thaw the lady. But first, we have to talk to the Fates again.
Oh wait, there's more.
Yeah, exactly.
Another chance for the game to crash.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a bad idea to save
save.
first, but I'm probably just gonna go real slow and get lots of dialogue instead.
We're going, just right click,
Yeah.
like pace it, and make them audible. Slower. That's good. Right
Ah, yeah, those loud
Right.
ass clicks.
there. You gotta right click it on the
There.
electric lady. Exactly. That's how the ladies like it.
Yeah, huh?
Slow paced and methodical.
Clickety click.
And then you fucking hot. I haven't listened to that song in a long time.
I have honestly no idea what the lyrics are anymore.
Yeah.
Looking like we're probably going to be overestimates.
That's-
Despite having super good RNG in 3 just because 6 was a travesty.
Short Eyes dad still has an AOL email. What a trooper. Still believes.
My dad still has an AOL email. I send
would
him
never
junk
send-
to it sometimes.
Netscape Navigator.
That's the real one.
This is like really easy for you.
You may have heard this before. Have you heard of Juno?
Juno?
Another obscure mail service.
No, I haven't actually.
Okay. I guess it's just another really old one.
When?
I have to look it up.
Here's like the one place where you let go of the plus button. Just because if you keep holding plus there, the nightmare will kill you.
I have a theory for that. Is that the nightmare is actually moving at full speed. And if you speed it up, you actually speed it up even more. I don't know. That's probably dumb. But you know what? Theory's a theory.
I dig it. Alright, so here's the lady. You thaw her and she's like, bruh, thanks. And then
Bruh,
our
thanks,
magic
here's a
carpet
bridal.
ditches us because it likes it her better.
It's a lost child. It's her lost child.
The carpet that Alibaba just spooled up is her lost child.
Squaddle on, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But she gives us this bridle. Oh, what's this bridle for, you may ask?
Best part of the game.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain it or should I?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, as I was cracking jokes about final endgame RNG, this is the worst case of it. We have to sit here with this bridle waiting for that horse spirit to show, the horse wind spirit to show up, because we need to ride it all the way up to where all the other spirits are, and we're pretty basically that. We need to go up the mountain even further, and there's no way to walk there. Oh, nice horse. Not bad.
It was mid tier.
But anyways, the horse can show up anywhere, we assume. None of this is proven. Anywhere between 1 and 60 seconds, a minute. So basically you can lose a full minute off of this run. And the run has been pretty much to the point where if you get anywhere between like a bad to good-ish horse, there's no way you're going to get world record. It's just, you're done.
I've
It's
gotten horses in as fast as like 5 or so seconds, but that's
You-
about as fast as it's gotten for me.
I remember, I think you got it like immediately.
Yeah, maybe. I've
Like you
definitely
said.
gotten lucky sometimes.
Yeah. Pretty sure. I think that's like the only time I've seen that was when you did that.
Chuck pretty much sets the bar as far as bad horses go, I think.
The game. See, Fate just knows that I want world record for this game, so it won't give it to me ever. And I've been on some damn good pace for this game, and it just that completely screwed me over.
Game's just cruel.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, it's only an hour speed run and not like 8 hours, so.
Yeah, well. Oh, if it was 8 hours though, a minute wouldn't matter as much. Is the thing.
Unless it would, unless it's literally gotten down to that point.
Yeah.
Usually 8-hour games are that really optimized.
Oh, and Alexander knows magic now, apparently. Edgar, rather. So yeah,
Spoiled
that
it.
guy that was,
Oh, I guess it's already gone.
yeah,
That is the little green guy from King's Quest 4.
yeah. At the end of King's Quest 4, Genesta, the good fairy, turns him into a human again. He's this handsome hunk that offers or asks to marry you, being Rosella, and you tell him
Rosella
no. You
turns
think
him
about
down.
it, you think about it some more, and then eventually you tell him no. And so then you part ways, and then what do you know? You get reunited by him kidnapping you when he's in this troll form.
Being when Rosella needs to go out and try to find a husband.
Yeah. Good timing.
By the way, according to the game, he's technically a quote-unquote fairy.
Well, then that it just makes sense, because
Take that as well.
I mean, his parents are gods, so
Yep. So he's Hercules.
be Godfather.
Father.
Soto's the green mixtape.
So now we're pretty much at the end of this. Watch the animations and the facial expressions of all the people in this. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
Everyone wishes that they could be as entertained right now as King Hoga. All he needs is a thing of popcorn next to him.
So, yeah, for whatever reason, Edgar decides to turn his back, and then she zaps him, kills him, and we use that device to apparently turn her into a baby, because that's how things work.
Well, he would have
No
survived.
baby rage.
Baby
Baby
rage.
rage. Are you gonna zap? You can zap cuddle.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Okay, good.
It's part of the run. Then Cuddles becomes this cute little dog. And then time is when you use the soul on Edgar to restore his life. So coming up
Could let
here.
him die.
Ta-da! We did it, team.
World record.
Nice run.
Not even close. Yeah, only like 15 minutes behind world record.
What amazing freaking RNG for
Yeah, I looked it up,
taking
and
three.
it was record is 247.
Yeah.
Yep. For now.
I
cannot thank
got
you enough.
very good
You've not
RNG
only saved our
in
world,
3.
you've given us back our
I
greatest
think
treasure,
4 was pretty
our
good as
son.
well, and 7 was
Your
also like
son?
really good RNG. I
Six
think
destroyed you.
yeah, I think
know our
6
son?
was where I really fell down.
Mm-hmm.
But I have
Well,
I have what,
you
like
see, I was
45
stolen
seconds
as a
or something
baby
free
by
time
an
save
evil
just
fairy
by
named Lamotte.
playing
She
on
twisted
Scum
my
instead
body and
because
tried to
of
twist
the
my
intro.
mind, but somehow I
Exactly.
knew I was
Yeah,
not her
so-
son. Then Rosella appeared.
That's that.
I knew she was.
The end of this is
Nice
boring.
run.
She released me from my.
There's a cool song at the end of it.
Yeah,
I dare you.
nah.
We're supposed to harmonize that.
Well, thank you very much for the run, Limo, and thank you for the commentary, Chuck. Really appreciate you guys.
Anytime, man. Now he's gonna show something special.
Ooh, a glitch exhibition. Oh, she's breakdancing.
Hell yeah. So this is
What is
that extra scene that you get in the AGI version of King's Quest IV, the one that was basically like a step down from the original release version on the SCI engine, because a lot of people's computers couldn't handle it. So this is what Chuck was referencing earlier, that basically she just like drove a team, slave labor,
Crunch
to put
time.
this together, and they put this in there.
Ah, awesome.
Yeah,
This game is already a sight to see.
exactly.
I mean, it looks exactly like the other version. It's just, you know, a little more blocky.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Yeah,
more
to me,
pixelated.
it doesn't look any different than the first few King's Quest games that Limo played tonight.
Yeah, exactly. It runs on the same AGI engine, so it looks a lot like those rather than the